What's up, everybody? How's it going? Got special guest Simon Martin in the channel, creator of the Coily and Speed, as always. Hello, Roy. How you doing?
I like how you say that, and Speed.
And Speed, and Speed. Yeah. Gary, what can I use to get rid of vape to stop smoke alarms going off? You know, I know Trade-in Vape sells a product called Invisivape. It may not be the best product in the world, and I have one laying around here somewhere that I can't find, but what it's made for is when you're in hotel rooms and stuff like that. That way, when you take a vape, when you blow into that, if you blow hard, you have no vapor coming out. The only other way to stop smoke alarms from going off, which I don't recommend to keep doing, is to put like a hair, one of those plastic hair
Shower
nets.
cap.
Yeah, shower cap around your smoke detector, and that'll stop your alarms from going off. But don't leave it on overnight. I mean, Lord knows you may have a fire and you don't want it to keep it from going off at all. But yeah, I use a fan. That's what I do to blow the vape out, but hopefully that helps you out. But yeah, welcome everybody. And definitely thank you to Simon for coming on the show tonight. He makes an awesome product, and I can't thank him enough for sending this over. This thing, you know, where, you know, Simon was saying that a lot of people think this is for beginners, and I told him I do not think this is for beginners. I think this is a device that makes it easier for you to coil your devices without having to go back in and cut and snip all the spare leads off. This measures it for you, so you don't have to do that. Why would, I mean, the whole reason we use the you know, the Coil Master is so we don't have to wrap our own coils. The Coily is so you don't have to worry about your leg length. You can use it for postless decks or post decks, either one. And not only that, he has a website where he already has all these RDAs and RTAs listed for the links that people have already tried and found out that works best for it. So, and those links are going to be posted in the channel throughout the show. So y'all make sure to go subscribe to the Coily channel on YouTube. He has a Facebook group. Make sure you go over there, join that Facebook group. If you're trying to get a hold of a Coily, you can either go to Nature Vape, which they usually release the naturevape.co.uk, or they usually release those on Thursdays, and they go very, very fast. Or you can try to go to the Coily Facebook group, which I know the bottle posts sooner or later, and Simon releases them periodically, and you have to be one of the first 10 to X1 on the chat, which you'll have a big red box that says, hey, X1 now. And that gives you a chance to be able to buy one. I mean, they're that hot selling and that hard to make. I mean, they're not like something he can print off in 30 minutes and here you go. These every one of these takes him 7 hours to make. 7 hours. So it's you got a lot of time invested in this. But okay, I run my mouth long enough. So how's it going, Simon?
Very good. Thank you very much for the invite. It's good to be on here, and I'll just say hello to everybody who's saying hello to me on chat as well. Roy, hello, Roy. But yeah, it's as you say, they go very, very quickly.
I was amazed.
Yeah, the really appropriate thing that you said there is the big red box. Look for the big red box. We had a bit of frustration this last Monday where everybody at 8 o'clock, I was sat there waiting to hit the post button on Facebook, and there was about 30 or 40 people all commenting on the wrong post. And I said, right, that's it. I'm
bad.
not posting it. So yeah, they go. By the time I've hit the post button, it's too late. I've got to rush to try and stop it before it gets to too many.
Right.
So,
and you know, it's weird because I know everybody in the world's trying to get one of these things, and you can only do 10 a week. It's not like, hey, you know, I can print off 1,000,000 of these things. No, it doesn't work that way. So it's amazing to me to sit there and watch you. You feel bad because you can only do 10, but I mean, you can only do what you can do, and you're already rushing them as fast as When's Coilmaster making them? Jay Gary, I hope not. I hope not. If Coilmaster makes these, I will not buy them from Coilmaster. I'm only getting mine from Mr. Martin himself.
Thank you.
I don't believe in somebody that puts in hard work on a device like this and sits there and hours at a time makes these and then go buy it from somebody else. No, not going to happen.
And I think the price tries to reflect that. You know, I don't want to, and I've never wanted to sort of outprice it, make it too expensive. I just want to keep the price realistic. And
I think the price is very fair. I really do. Yeah. It's a very fair price.
I'm not saying.
Honestly speaking, Simon, that price that you've got it set at, I figured it was going to be like $15 to $20 US.
Right. Right.
So I was amazed at the price you've got. I'm happy for it. But I was very amazed at it, and honestly, if another company comes out with it, they probably can't beat your price.
No, and I think, you know, that if anybody else does want to bring it out, they'll want to make money out of it. You know, they'll want to make mega money. I'm not in it to make a lot of money. You know, I'm passionate about vaping. I'm passionate about the vape community. I want to bring something. It gives me more pleasure to bring something that's useful to everybody than it does just to make a quick buck.
Well, the good thing about the vape community, I don't know if you've noticed it yet. I mean, you've been around for 2 years, so you've probably seen that the vape community is a pretty well tight-knit family. They always help each other out. 90% of them are always really nice people and really willing to help you out in any way they can. I know I've done it multiple times, and I'm always willing to help if I can.
Yeah. I was saying on Roy's show the other day, my background is I'm a biker, and it's that similar sort of camaraderie, the community spirit that all bikers have together. I found that very similar in the vape community. Everybody, it has its dramas, it has its idiots around the place, but the majority of the people all work together for the sort of common good and try to get on and help each other out. I think that's a really good way to be.
Wow, yeah.
Scuba, just real quick, I want to give a shout out. I'm seeing that we've got a lot of people coming in from Vic. Vic sent them over to us. I want to say thank you for joining. And I've also seen a few comments asking if Vic would join. I've extended the invite to Vic, but this is pretty late. You know, it's getting late at night for him.
Vic was just live. He's had about 6 pints. He may join. I'm serious.
I missed it. Dang it.
Oh, he came on. He was like, "What does this button do?" And he went live, and everybody was in his chat. It was hilarious. I didn't know that made me go live. It was hilarious. He's like, "Yeah, I've had 6 pints, but yeah," I said, "I gotta go, Vic. My show's starting in a few minutes," and I guess that's why he sent everybody over. Thanks again to Vic for sending them over. So Simon, I know you've been asked a million questions. What made you decide to design this thing? I mean, was it just the pure hassle of having to cut spare leads off, and you're like, I could make a tool to fix this, or what was it?
That was exactly it. I think the first postless style deck that I bought was the Dot Mods 24 RTA. And I'd first set of coils, and it was a set of expensive coils. It was an expensive tank for me, and I thought, right, I'm going to put a decent set of coils in it.
Hey, Matthew.
Trimmed the legs, trimmed them. They weren't actually level. One side was a bit wobbly, it was a bit wonky, so I thought I'll snip the other side off. And you get into this table leg off syndrome, where you cut one side, the other side's too short, you cut the other bit, and I ended up destroying the coils. And I just thought there must be an easier way to do this. And it was never ever something that I thought I was going to sell. I just thought, I'm going to make something. I'm a software developer, so I'm a bit of a geek or a bit of a techie. So I thought I can use a 3D printer to create something that's going to make it easier. And I showed it to my son, and he thought it was a really good idea. He said, "Oh, you should maybe just try and see if anybody's interested in buying it." So I showed it to a few other people. They thought it was really good. And I live in an area of the UK called North Yorkshire. And I set up a small group a few years ago now, where we sort of have all the local vapors in there. So I've got a few of the advanced sort of coil builders and sort of beginners and people like that, and said, I've got this thing, do you want to try testing it? We got a group of about 20 people together, printed 20 out, sent it to them, and also Vic was in there from the start as well. He was testing it from the start, and I think we went through about 3 or 4 different versions in that group till we got it absolutely right. And it was originally designed just for postless decks.
Oh, okay.
And it was the other people that were using it. One guy had said, "Oh, I'm getting it." He says, "I'm not actually using it for postless decks. I'm using it on a velocity deck, and I'm just putting the sort of stepped part of it on top of the deck to see how wide the deck is, and then cutting my coils to maybe just a ½ a millimetre longer than the actual width of the deck." And on the original version, I'll dig some of those out. On the original version, it was like a tank stand. Everybody said, "You don't need the tank stand. You don't need the tank stand. Get rid of it." So we got rid of that, and I thought, I've got a bit more space now. I can do something to make this sort of deck measuring a bit easier, which is why now it's got the notches in the side of it, so you can slot the notches onto the deck to work out how wide your deck is.
Yeah, that works out really
handy.
good. I like the notches, and the only time where the notches may be a little off is if you need to space your coil out away from the post, which on the Kinsey, that's one of those, the Kins, whatever,
But
this thing.
It gives you the starting point.
Yeah. It does.
And that's what's important.
Yes, it does.
I mean, I just built my Goon version 1 tonight, and I started that was it a 4.5 mil wide deck, and I started that I think at 5.5 and 5. So I gave it an extra millimetre. 5.5 was just too long, cut it down to 5, and it was absolutely perfect fit.
Oh, there you go.
So.
And,
Not put it on the website.
Any thoughts on putting a ruler?
Lunch? There we go.
Are you thinking of putting a ruler on the side of it?
So there was a ruler sort of thing on the side of it, on the side of the very first version that I made. There was a ruler, and there was like a metal pin came out of it, and the intention was that you could drop that metal pin inside a postless deck, and there was like a little marker that as it dropped in, it would show you how far it was down, so it would tell you how deep the hole was. And it was good, but the problem was it was flimsy. It wasn't very solid. And I also consulted with a guy who does injection molding, and he said you're never going to be able to injection mold that, because you've got when you design something, you can't just design something for a purpose. You also have to be able to design it to be able to 3D print it and injection mold it as well. And because of the way the pin worked, it had holes coming through from underneath and through from the side, and you just can't do that. You can't injection mold that something in that way. So I am looking at various ways of trying to sort of deal with that. For now, the website, and I'm saying for now the website, but I would like the website to be the point of reference for everybody who wants to submit their leg lengths, who wants to look at leg lengths that everybody else has submitted. It's very simple at the minute, but I want to make it better. I've actually had a thread running on the group today asking people what the thoughts are, and you know, we've got, it's about 650 people on the group now.
Nice,
a lot of coilies gone out, and we've still only got about 70 leg lengths on the site, and some of those are duplicated. So I was sort of wanting to try and find out why people weren't feeling comfortable using it or weren't using it.
Well, I was going to submit a few to the site, but I want to make sure that that's the definite measurement before I put them on the site. I don't want to go, okay, well, this is close. No, I want to make sure that this is right every time, then I'll post them on the site.
Yeah, because the other thing is, it isn't just about a perfect fit for the deck, it's also about flavour. So, you know, certain tanks, particularly postless ones, you maybe a ½ a millimetre difference in the height of the coil could make such a massive difference to the flavour. So one of the things that I'm going to do is put a rating on the leg lengths as well, so people can go on and sort of rate them.
Okay.
So, yeah.
The only other thing I thought about, even though I don't know how well it would sell, but it would be, I don't think you could actually put this on the coily itself, but maybe make a whole nother separate device, and it would basically just be a round piece of plastic. A round piece of plastic with a 510 hole in the center.
Yeah.
And around that would be rings and all of them would have numbers: 22, 24, 25, 26, 28. And all you do is you sit your atomizer in there. You know exactly what size it is: 26 millimeter, 28 millimeter, 30 millimeter.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how much that people would want that, but I mean, people that only have a few atomizers wouldn't care. But when I have like a gabillion, and I pick one up and I'm like, is this 22 or 25? And then I have to break out my micrometer. It'd be much easier just to sit it in that little hole and do it. I mean, you know,
let me go and get my just one second.
Go for it.
Cool. God, I am so happy that we've got Simon on. This is fantastic.
It is, isn't it? Oh, look, he's already got designs in the work. I'm trying to tell him, he's like, already made that.
these are all old ones.
Okay.
So
oh, your old coilies, cool.
These are old. So they're. Hold it up.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah.
So that was one of the first designs with the tank stand on it.
Okay, that's the tank stand. Gotcha.
Yeah, and everybody said no, we don't need that. We don't want that. That was. Can't really see that.
Yeah.
Yep.
But that sort of has this slot up here, and there's a small hole in the bottom of it, and that was where that pin went up to measure the deck. And there was like a moving bit on the front of it as well to cap that hole off. But I say it's all moving parts, it's all things to go wrong, and we just decided no, it wasn't the way to go. So keep it simple. I think that's the thing that I wanted to do, is just keep everything as simple as possible.
That's important. If it's difficult to use, people are not going to use it. I mean,
exactly.
And the fact that you have it simple like this, I think anybody that's been vaping for any period of time should be able to go, okay, I can see how this works, and just use it.
Yeah.
Facebook is not finding Coily. Really? The Facebook link isn't working? Let me try it, and if it's not, I will fix it. It's probably linking. It's probably linking two together or something. It takes me right to it.
Yeah.
I will post it regularly right now, and hopefully this link works.
And on the website itself, which is coilytool.co.uk, there's a contact us page, and on the contact us page there's all the links on there. So if you can get to the website, you'll find all the links on the contact us page on the website. Plus there's a whole how to order process.
Right.
Obviously the leg lengths page, there's a whole lot of stuff on the site. Plus some tutorials and some very good reviews as well.
Oh, I see.
You've got a lot of good reviews.
Including you.
Yeah, I can't fault this thing at all. I really thought, oh, it's 3D printed, it's going to have a lot of flaws in it. No, this thing is printed really good. I mean, really good.
That was the thing that was really important for me. I spent a lot of time getting the right printer, finding the right filament, because filaments vary so much for 3D printers. Getting the right settings for the 3D printer, so the quality is. I mean, it still has. You know, if you look at some of the numbers, you can see some tiny little flaws in the numbers. They're just unavoidable.
Not to mention, one side of this is completely shiny. You see that? I've never got a really shiny surface on a 3D print. I don't know if you're sanding this or what.
That's because of your quality 3D printer there.
It goes onto a glass bed.
Oh, see, I don't have a glass bed. That's probably why.
Yeah, it's a heated glass bed, so that's why it gets so smooth. And
I got a heated bed, but it's not glass. That would be my problem. Okay, now I know why it's so shiny. I mean,
I've got a heated bed, but I sleep in it.
Oh my goodness.
So Simon, I've got a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
You've got Coily out, and I know you're still getting it going and getting momentum going with it. Do you have anything else that you're thinking about? I'm not asking you what. I'm just kind of curious. Do you have future items?
So I'm thinking of different things for Coily, because I want to adapt Coily, but I still want to keep it simple. I don't want to add too much, like I said, where it becomes complicated or too expensive. So I'm thinking of things for the future versions. But other than that, no, I'm sort of, because it's the early stages, I'm obviously wanting to get the feedback. I think we've sent out about I don't know, probably nearly 350 coilies, something like that now, and that's to, you know, sort of vendors who are interested in selling, obviously the people who are buying on the group, Nature Vape sales and everything else. So probably, you know, once we've got about 1,000 out there and we've started to get some feedback back on you know, sort of things that there's been an awful lot of people coming back with lots of different ideas, really good ideas, different ways of using it, and it's just sort of gathering all that information and trying to work out what I can do with it next. So I just have a real passion for coiling. I don't, you know, I sort of think about, I fancy making a 3D printed squonk mod, I fancy doing this, I fancy doing that, but it's coily is just my, you know, where the passion lies. So.
Well, and I think you found a niche, because it's definitely a hole that existed that a lot of people didn't even realize they need.
Yeah.
But I think they're realizing now that, you know, that is very handy to have. So I don't. Go ahead.
I think the one thing that I always say is that it's not a problem solver. It's a problem easer. It's something to help you. And I think Scuba raised a really good point at the start, and the perception that I'm really trying to get rid of is that it's a beginner's tool. There's a lot of people out there say, but it's not for me. It's you know, I don't need it. I'm quite happy when I build my coils. I'll go and snap a twig off a tree and wrap my wire around that. I'm quite happy to go down that route, and I don't sort of get that. Perhaps I'm missing something, but I don't get it. It's cheap enough. It saves you, even if it saves you destroying one set of decent quality coils, it's paid for itself.
There you go.
So it is true.
I mean,
well, you got to figure, to go out and buy a pair of good coils, you know, it's going to cost you anywhere from, you know, $8 to $12, maybe more.
Yeah.
For just a set of coils.
That's it.
You know, so for something like that, you know, if you get it wrong, and I've done it myself, I've cut them too short, and at that point you're kind of screwed.
Yeah.
So toss them out, and that just paid for your coiling.
Yeah, exactly. And as I said, the more people that can get their leg lengths onto the website, and I mean, you know, a lot of people are coming back with different ideas, and I've been listening to a few people who work out, because the biggest question I get asked every time is, I don't understand how this works for postless decks. You know, how do you measure the holes? Well, you can't really. There's been a few reviews. I think Mark from Nature Vape, he did a tutorial which is on the website, and he shows you various different ways that you can measure things in different ways. But there's no real way to actually measure the depth of a postless deck, you know, sort of going back to the first version that I did. And it's, you know, if I can get as many people getting the leg lengths onto that website, it saves everybody having to do what they're doing. You know, some people are saying, I'm putting a little bit of wire in it and bending it over and then measuring the bend on the wire to see how big it is. So I obviously want to try and stop as much of that as I can, so that people can just look on the website, and to keep Roy from Roy's Reviews happy, I'm going to be doing an Android app at some point in the future. Roy's desperate to get me to do an Android app. My day job is a software developer, so it's the sort of thing that I do. So that'll be something that's coming in the future.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, can't do iOS because Apple won't allow vape-related apps on their App Store anymore. So it will be Android.
I think a question came up on: is there any difference in the color of coiling?
Any difference in the colour? So I sort of run batches of coilies at the moment. I basically have to load up a roll of filament into the printer to print out different colours, and it's a bit of a faff to do that. So I'll maybe run one roll of filament, or I'll run it for 2 or 3 weeks and do one colour and then move on to a different colour. So I'm doing, I've got 3 purple on there at the moment. I can actually show you the printer if you want.
But it's primarily just a change in color. It's not a change in the actual material.
No, the material's exactly the same. The material's from the same manufacturer. I use the same manufacturer's filament all the time because I know it works. I know I get good quality out of it. I've tried cheaper filaments, and to be honest, the quality on some of the cheaper ones is absolutely abysmal. So I stick with the same manufacturer, and I vary the colours. I've done, I think the first ones were blue. We've done some white ones. The ones from Nature Vape are actually white because they're 3D printed in nylon. So I've got some purple ones on the go at the moment, and I have a new roller filament with a different colour coming in this week, hopefully tomorrow or Monday, which is a colour that I've not done yet. So there's a new colour coming up this week. But there, in terms of the material, strength of the unit, it's exactly the same.
Okay.
I wanted to print one. Sorry, DeMillan.
Yeah. Yeah, no, DeMillan, I was thinking about how to ask that question, but every question I was thinking of, Simon's going to say no.
You know what? Even if even if I had the file to print that, I wouldn't want to.
The thing is, you've got to have a dual core printer to be able to do it, because it has to be printed with the support material and the PLA as well. So otherwise, you'll just end up with it sort of sagging in the middle.
Yeah.
So it has to be a dual head printer.
I see what you're saying.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So, even if you did, you know, and they were selling them for you, that it would be so much hassle. I'd much rather you do it. I'd just let you handle it all.
Well, it's cheap enough. I mean, you know, for the
it's
price.
It's not like he's charging an arm and a leg for him. No.
It's what, like £5.99, something like that.
Yeah, £5.99. So yeah. plus the postage, and the unfortunate thing is the postage to the US is more expensive than the actual unit itself. So I mean, as I've said, we've got injection molded units in production at the moment. I'm expecting those in the next few weeks. Now, so once, carry on.
The question I have for this: when you get these injection molded units, is the price going to stay the same, go up, go down?
So at the moment, the price will stay the same based on the prices that we've been given and the production costs and everything else. They'll stay the same. Should the production costs go up in the future, then I will increase the price accordingly. Like the postage, I don't make any profit on the postage. The postage price that I quote on the website is the price that I pay. So if the production cost goes up by 50 pence or 50 cents or whatever, then I will increase the cost of the unit by that much. So I will keep it, you know, sort of real and in line with what it costs me. I'm not going to sort of rip people off.
That's awesome.
Now, moving to the injection molding, it sounds like you'll be able to get bigger batches done at a time.
Yeah. So
are you going to be? Do you have contacts yet at different stores or distributors to be able to get this out more?
We're talking to a few people at the moment. And I've just seen the Vupu comment there as well.
Yeah, I just saw that too.
So yes, we're talking to a few people, but we're also looking for vendors as well. It's not conversations that I'm actively having, but people are coming to me and saying, we're interested, can you sort of tell us more? So Roy's reviews, have you any plans for an app for the Coily tool?
He just talked about that, Roy. Oh, never mind. I know Roy was. Roy had you on the show.
Roy has an obsession. Yeah.
Roy has the bent coily. Y'all can call Roy the bent coily guy.
He's actually got a purple one going over for Bunny at the moment as well. So, so yeah, I can't remember what I was saying now about the injection molded units. Oh yeah, so we're actively looking for vendors. If I have to do, I'll obviously go out and talk to people. But there is people talking to me at the moment. But the main thing for us is to get a distributor in the US, to get a distributor, say, in Australia, and different places, so that we can reduce those shipping costs down. Because that's the biggest part of the purchase for anybody at the moment outside of the UK is the shipping. So,
and Scuba, you've got somebody asking you about the chain link coil.
Yeah, I know, and I just spelled soon wrong. My bad. But yeah, I told him I was going to do the chain link coil this week, and and he's saying, don't worry about it. You have a special guest, which I appreciate that, Keith. I promise you, though, within the next week or so, I will definitely get a tutorial on the chain link coil. I did it a while back. It's probably in one of my old YouTube videos, but I don't mind doing it again because I want you to see how it's done and so you don't mess it up. But yeah, I'll do it again for you.
And there's Vapor Bunny as well. Vapor Bunny, your purple coily is on its way.
Vapor Bunny has a purple one. Is it on its way, or is it pre-imprinted right now?
No, it's on its way. It was in the post today.
Oh, cool! Awesome.
And as is Purple Lady Vapor, she has a purple one on the way to it. Hi, Purple Lady Vapor.
And of course, Purple Lady Vapor was getting a purple one. I mean, come on. That's why Scuba had to have a blue one. I'm just saying, you know, it kind of, yeah.
I was happy mine moved blue.
Yeah.
You see, I like the blue one. That's my favourite, but I also like the white one as well. A lot of people say, "Oh, I've got the white. I'd rather have a coloured one." But the white one for me is so easy to read.
Really?
And I was taught, yeah.
I thought it'd be harder to read.
No, it must be the way the shadows work on it or something like that. But it's really easy to read. And there's one guy that I was talking to on Twitter. He actually uses his. He colour codes the slots in the coily against his atties, so he has a permanent marker or different colour permanent markers, and he'll put that different colour next to the correct slot on the coily, and then he'll mark the bottom of the atty as well with that same colour. So when he gets the atty out, he says, "Oh, that's yellow." Looks on his coily, that's yellow, and he knows exactly where to cut it.
Oh, that's interesting.
So,
no, Roy, I don't have a bent blue one. Sorry.
Yeah. They don't have a tendency to bend unless you get them, you know, like resting them on a heater may bend them.
Yeah, you have to take care of your coily there, Roy. I mean, you can't bend. Look, mine's straight as an arrow, man. I don't know how you bent yours.
So, Simon, I've got a couple questions for you. One is, are you looking at different colors like yellow or red or something like that? And the other question is there any tolerance differences with the injection molded ones?
Right. So the colours we're getting two colours in the injection molded ones. I'm not going to say what colours they are, but there's two colours that we're getting those in. The 3D printed ones, as I said, I've so far printed blue, white, orange, purple. I did some dark green ones which weren't very successful, so they've given up on those. I also have some red ones as well, which were okay, but they were a bit sort of glossy and they were a bit difficult to read. I've got a new colour coming this week. Pretty much any colour. I actually use some filament by a company called ColourFab. So if you look on the internet and find ColourFab, you'll see the choice of colours that I've got available to me to print. So and when the injection molded units do come out, then I shall still be taking requests for special colours from customers as well, so they can get the injection molded ones, or they can come to me and say, I want a pink one, or I want a rainbow. Well, a rainbow one. Somebody asked for a rainbow one the other day. So I'm not sure whether I can do it.
And I know there's a couple people in chat, they love rainbow, so I mean they'd be all over that one.
It's getting a filament. I'm sure I've seen filaments that are sort of marbled, but I've not seen a rainbow one yet. So perhaps that's the next thing to invent, a rainbow filament.
A resin one would look so good.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that
resin, man.
You see, that's the other option as well. Is you can do casting as well.
Thank you.
I don't know how much casting works out at, but sort of resin casting might be an option to look at in the future.
There you go. You could make a mold, cast it, and then put resin in it. Oh my gosh! And then you could have this nice swirly resin. Yeah. Wow! If I knew how to do that, I would be like, Simon, I'm gonna make about 30 units, and I'm gonna send them over in resin.
Yeah. So I have a on Facebook. I keep having an advert popping up at me saying you should buy this casting kit. I keep thinking, should I give that a go? And it just looks too much of a mess about. It's sort of a lot of time. So
that might be fun to play with.
Yeah, glow in the dark. That's another one I thought about, because you can get glow in the dark filament.
Yes, you can. Yeah.
Again, I would think that one would be hard to read, though.
I don't know. I mean, it would be easy to find. You know, if you had your lights on, turn them off, and you're like, hey, there it is.
But then again, how often are you cutting your coils in the dark?
Well, that's what I'm saying. You leave the room, you already had the light on. You leave the room, you turn the light off. You come back in, you know, you're like, with the lights already off, you can see it right there. I think glow in the dark would be cool, and you can do different. You can do green glow in the dark, blue glow in the dark. Oh my goodness, purple glow in the dark. You know.
A little bird tells me you keep losing your Scuba as well.
I do. The sad thing is, it was right in front of me on the table. I literally, this is so small. It's like I looked right over it, but there's a lot on my desk.
It's not that small.
It's not. Oh, she comes in here and goes, that crap's funny. Yeah, well, I couldn't see it. It was right here, but I couldn't see it. So Roy keeps his on his wrist, which, you know, probably is the best thing to do. Just keep it wrapped around your wrist like this. That way you don't lose it.
Well, no, that's kind of interesting because he said his got bent because it was next to the fire. So if it was on his wrist, his arm would have been getting kind of warm there, too.
Yeah, why would he have his coily near the fire? I mean, anything I have that's 3D printed, I know, don't take it near the fire. Fire is bad for this stuff.
Well, yeah, but if it's cold and you got a fire going next to where you're sitting and you're doing your vaping and building and stuff, it makes sense.
I mean, now any normal temperatures, you know, like in your house and stuff, this is going to be fine. I wouldn't recommend having this like out in your car when it's middle of August and it's 90, 100 degrees. It will melt this. You'll be buying another coily, which won't set you back that far, but hey, you know, there you go. You have a brand new one then.
I think that's the other benefit with the injection molded units as well. That was a question that you asked as well, wasn't it?
Tolerances.
About the sort of tolerances in the injection molded unit. So we spent a lot of time talking to the people that are doing the injection molding, and they were coming back and saying, well, you can't really use this material, you need to use this one. So the material that we're using is nylon, or some form of nylon, but it also has some strands of something going through it as well, which makes it stronger. So the tolerances that I think we've said to them, they asked us what tolerances we would accept, and we said 0.1 to 0.2 of a millimetre. So the tolerances shouldn't exceed that. And obviously they'll be a lot stronger, and they won't melt in front of the fire unless you actually put them on the fire.
Play money. That's exactly what scuba bucks are. They're play money. They don't do a darn thing. They're pretty much useless. Yeah, at this point. I mean, maybe someday I will turn the scuba coins into something, but right now there's certain users that have like a gabillion scuba bucks, so I have to fix that before I ever use it for something.
It would have to be a reset at some point.
We may even, Simon may even make coily t-shirts. You never know. It's very good possibility. He may make coily t-shirts.
Yeah, that's something I should really think about. We were talking about. I was talking to somebody the other day about going to a show, exhibiting at a show, and thinking about, you know, if I did go, what we could do. And I said, I don't want to pay for a stand. I'm just going to get a gold one printed, a gold chain around my neck, and a gold coily hanging off the end of it, and just walk around the show. So,
that'd be cool. Yeah. That would be cool.
And I'm going to drive. Awesome. I'm going to drive up. There was a juice company in the UK a couple of years ago. I think it was a Mini or something like that. They had a big bottle of juice on the back of this Mini. I thought, I'm going to make a big coily out of wood and stick it to the roof of my car and drive into the show with the coily on top of the car.
That would be cool.
Oh my God! If you go to a vape show with the coily and you don't have at least 1,000 units on you, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
You better have a lot. But with injection molding, you might be in good shape. Yeah, I think you would sell every one of them. Every one of them. No problem.
That actually brings up a great question that I've got now. Are you planning on going to any vape shows with coily?
I was looking at Expo for this year, and I'm not sure probably yet whether it's maybe in the first sort of few months is the right time to go. I think I will probably more than likely leave it for next year, probably 2019, before I do anything, I think, at the moment. Obviously spend a bit of time getting the website a bit better, you know, the sort of leg stuff, and doing a bit more on the marketing side and things like that before I go.
It's growing fast. The only problem with vape shows is it costs so much to rent a booth. It'd almost be easier, like, if you knew a vendor and say, hey, how much would you charge me to get in on your booth? As long as they're a well-known vendor, you know.
Yeah, and this is something that's you know, an option that I was looking at. There's one of my a vape company local to me are considering going and exhibiting at the show, and they said, so, do you want part of our stand? So it was something that I seriously considered, but I'm a bit hesitant just at the moment.
I don't know. I don't think you'll have a problem at all, Simon. I think whatever you can make will get sold. Every one of them. Well, I mean, it's not like you're having a problem selling them now, though.
No, not only that, but you know, if you go to an expo and you don't even have any to sell, it's getting the awareness of this is the tool, this is what's out there, this is what's coming. You know, production is being ramped up. We're going to have a lot more of these available. This is how you use it. This is, you know, what's good about it. This is what people are saying. Here's the website. You know, getting more information out in front of people, I think, would be good.
Oh, yeah, I mean, it's a funny thing because, you know, I'm a one-man band, and the one thing that I will say as well is that Nature Vape, the reason that I have such a close tie with Nature Vape is that we've shared the cost of the injection molding. Mark at Nature Vape, I don't know if you know him, but he's a really nice guy.
Awesome.
Yeah, he's just a really nice player. So we've shared the cost of that. But being such a small business, I sort of see all these people buying it, and I sort of try to get as much exposure on Twitter and Facebook as I possibly can. And for me, for what I'm seeing now is overwhelming. But then there's so much more. You know, there's so many people don't know about it. It's a difficult thing because you think in your own mind that all these people are seeing it, but there's so many more people to see it. And the US for me is obviously a big. Not so much market, but I'd like it to be seen more in the US. But I find it very difficult to get in touch with anybody in the US. I mean, obviously Kelly and yourself and everybody else have been really good to me. Jared, the Vaping Goat, he's had a look at it and done a review on it as well. But a lot of the big reviewers just blank me, just completely ignore me. So
really,
yeah, nobody will talk to me. Very lonely. But it's one of those things, and I think a lot of it is the perception that it's a beginner's toy. You know, it's not for them. And
the problem with the big reviewers is they're all about money.
Yeah.
And I've never ever been about that. I'm here to help people, and it's stupid to me. I mean, they treat this as a business, and I treat this personally. If I didn't enjoy what I do, I wouldn't do it. I do it to help people, and if it can benefit them, it makes me feel good. I'm not here to make money at all, ever.
And I think there's a question out there from TBD. He's asking if you've got, I think it's Instagram.
Yeah, I'm on Instagram. Yeah, so I think if you search Coily on Instagram,
yeah, you should have posted the link, but I can definitely give you the Instagram link right now. It's just Coily Tool, but I'm gonna post the link right now for you guys. If it'll work for you, because YouTube is jacked right now. There's the Instagram link right there.
So yeah, on the sort of review thing, the
hey Gailey.
Hi Gailey.
Hey Gailey.
The one thing for me is well, there's a couple of things. One is that if somebody reviews it, I know I would prefer somebody to give an honest review, and if they don't like it, that's fair enough. You know, I'm happy with that. For me, feedback's good, whether it be bad or good. It helps me improve it in the future. But the one thing that's important is that people have a passion for it. People understand it. It's not just something to review. I want it to be something that they're looking at and thinking this is a good idea, or you know, whatever. I would rather somebody be passionate about it and have 100 subscribers than somebody who's got 500,000 subscribers and doesn't really, you know, it's just a product. So that's one thing for me. But then the people that I have spoken to, both UK and US, have just been so good. Everybody who I've spoken to, everybody who's spoken to me, they've just there's so much passion, there's so much love for it, and I honestly can't say how much that means. You know, I didn't expect it from the majority of the reviewers, and it's been great, and that as well. The users in the group, everybody on the group that I've spoken to has been so nice. You sort of expect trolls, you expect keyboard warriors, you expect people giving you grief, and nobody has. Everybody is just so nice. Everybody that I've dealt with and it's just honestly, it means so much. Yeah,
I don't even know how you found me, because that's the whole thing. I'm not a big reviewer or anything like that. I mainly do live shows. I rarely ever post a review, which I don't mind doing the Coily at all.
I know how we found you.
I do too.
Oh, how do you find me? Okay.
Kelly.
You're a bigger name than you think, Scuba.
No, dude. I'm a bigger name than I think. No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
Hey, I'll tell you this. Okay, so I saw Vic using Coily. God, it had to have been months ago.
Yeah, I did see Vic using the Coily.
I saw him using it, and I'm like, I want that. I gotta have that because it'll make my life so much easier.
Right.
So when Vic announced what it was, I think I was actually on your Facebook page. I think I was in the first batch.
Yeah, you were.
Wow. And I was like, I gotta have it. I ordered it, got it, and that's when I showed you Scuba. And
right.
I can't rave about that tool enough. It just makes your life so much easier. It helps you measure, it helps you cut, makes things so much easier when you're putting it in. Everything's level. You don't have to go back and recut and resize.
Oh, I love that. I love that feature. There's so many RTAs and RDAs that I have. Once you put the coils in, it's almost impossible to get in there to cut the legs. And I'm always thinking to myself, damn, why can't I make these legs even to where I don't have to cut this? That way when I install them, they're already right. And that tool does that. It saves me all that damn time.
It was awesome. I was thinking initially the postless deck, it would help me out there, and it's been a huge help there. But it's also the RDAs, because like you were saying, I mean, if you take the uncut coil and pop it in on both sides, screw them down, tighten them up, you've got to get your little cutters in there to kind of cut those legs off.
Yeah.
And they end up being too long, or something goes wrong, or if your vision's bad, Scuba.
Oh, thanks a lot.
You end up cutting
the
wrong piece of wire. I've never done that one, but I've come close. So it just you can take all those measurements, and even if it's not exact, so like in an RDA, you take a measurement of the width of the post. It tells you how wide that post is, so you know how deep to make the cut. If you want it a little bit longer, you just add a little bit of length to it. So it gives you that starting point, so that you don't have these legs that are sticking, well into the other coil and causing a short.
Right.
So that's what I like about it.
The other thing as well that it actually struck me when I was talking about it the other night is consistency as well. So the amount of times I've built an RDA or an RTA, and you can usually guarantee the first time I build a tank when I get one in is have a play around with it, get a build in it, and try it, and I think it's fantastic. The second time I come around to do it, and the flavour's just gone. I think, well, what have I done differently? I'm using the same coils. I've done everything that and it can be as simple as the legs just being 0.5 millimetre or 1 millimetre different to what they were before. So the thing for me is you get the consistency every time you build that same attic.
Yeah. Alistar, good luck huge. On getting into the next top 10. I'm sorry you haven't been able to make it in the top 10. Maybe you will. And maybe I'm going to be giving away a Coily tonight. Maybe. We'll see. But I think Speed got some vape mail in, and I'd hate to not point Speed out.
We can wait on my vape mail.
Okay, we can wait. All right, go ahead.
All right. So you guys talk, and I'll get set up here because I got a big piece of vape mail, and I think Breeze is actually in chat too, and I want to show this thing off.
A big. Oh, Breeze is. Oh, wait. You just said Breeze? Oh my God.
No,
Breeze, you didn't do it, did you? Oh my goodness.
She did. She did.
Oh my God. Simon, I don't know if you've seen this, but this vape stand up here, Breeze made this. It is absolutely. I would never get rid of this. This thing weighs a metric ton. I kid you not. It cost her more shipping than she would ever have spent to make this, but it's very nice. It holds mech mods. It's got a lighter in it. It's got a scuba diver's mask on there. A little. It is freaking amazing. And I don't know what Speed's about to show us, but I know the quality of her work, so I already know.
It looks really, really nice.
So I had you guys all know my desk, right? And I had all kinds of vape gear on my desk, and so I needed a shelf that spans my computers. So I'll see if I can show this. So that's the computer that I'm talking on right now, and then I've got my work computers sitting over here. So I needed something that spanned over my laptops, and I needed a shelf. And I did have a rough idea of what I needed. So Breeze chimed in. She goes, "I can help you out there."
Moose.
As I knock everything over.
Thanks, Aussie, for posting her link.
So Breeze went through. We took measurements and everything, and then she put this shelf together. And my lighting is not doing any justice to this thing. But I've got this shelf that spans across my desk now, and I've been able to move almost all of my stuff onto this shelf. This thing has provided a ton of workspace on my desk now.
That is
so
awesome.
I've got everything lifted up here, and you can see I got a new Divicious Ant as well.
That is beautiful.
Look at he's got two of them. He's got I got a couple of them right here.
Oh yeah, no, I've got two of the Vanguards, and then on this shelf she put in it a drawer as well, so I can put in a bunch of small stuff into this drawer.
Nice.
And this thing has just been a lifesaver. I can't thank her enough for doing this.
I need one of those.
Yeah. So other than that, I did get some vape mail. This is cool because all I did to get ready this time, instead of having to close my work laptop and move all my mods on my work laptop, I literally just picked my keyboard up and moved it out of the way, and now I've got my space.
Nice.
So, what I got in, I was able to get the Soarin' Drop. And I got it in the right color. I know, man, that thing fits in your pocket. It just slides right in. You can't even feel it's there. I put it in my back pocket. I forgot I had it in there.
I love this color blue. I wish Simon had a diamond. Well, see, his is showing up better on camera. Mine's not. It looks more like what Speed's showing right now. It's a dark metallic blue. I can't even.
It is. It is a gorgeous blue. Gorgeous blue. Nice. So I got that in, and by the way, I'm not a big mouth lung vapor, but I'm in love with that Soarin' Drop. I love that thing.
I told you it was good. It really is good.
Well, the nice thing is I can take it in the hotel room, and I can vape in the hotel room and not have to worry about setting off the fire alarm.
Exactly.
So, I did pick up something else today, and I want to show this off. So, I picked up another twisted pair. I'm not twisted.
Oh, look at who's calling! You're throwing off my whole thing, but okay.
Twisted Messes. Who's calling in?
Wait, I'll add them on here, and then we can.
Oh, sweet!
Are you on Paint 7 yet?
There he is.
I thought I would just call in right when Speed was showing off his stuff.
Thanks, Vic.
Hey, thanks for sending over the people, Vic. I appreciate that, bud.
Yeah.
Carry on, Speed, show off your stuff.
I picked up another Twisted Messes T20. Wow, I can't talk now.
TM24 Pro.
Yeah. So I now have a black and a blue, and I've actually switched out the black and the blue. So I've got the barrel switched around on him, so I've got black and blue showing.
He's just showing off now. That's what
No,
I think my
Vic.
blue looks better. I'm just saying.
Vic, here's showing off. So I also placed an order, and I got it in last Saturday, I think. So I couldn't. No, I got it in Monday, so I couldn't show you guys last week. I got it shipped late. So I got another vicious ant. I got the knight.
That's
Oh,
That's fine.
Vic, you showed up.
He
at
had
the right
to mortgage
time.
his house for that, Vic. He deserves it.
But this thing is just. I love the colors on this. It is just gorgeous.
Oh my
And it's
god!
got the
It
nice
is
Yeezy
pretty.
chip to it. So I'm in love with that. And then I got another vicious ant. This is the Primo,
Oh,
and
look
it's
at
in
that.
stab wood as well.
Wow.
So
Now he's
yeah,
showing
it's just
off.
hey, I told you I was going to show off. So that thing's beautiful. And then I'm not done showing off. I got in another Vanguard. I got in this one.
Oh, dadgum, man! What
So,
the hell?
In case you're wondering, I'm not ordering anything new for a while. I gotta pay this shit off.
I don't blame you. You just spent like a year's salary on this. Oh my god!
And I also got the what I've got sitting on top of this is the Radius, and the Radius is a single coil RDA. If I can get it off, looks a little bit different. You know, you guys all know that I like the B2K.
Yeah.
But this thing, it's got really, really good flavor to it. It's very similar to the B2K as far as flavor goes. It's super easy to wick and coil. It squonks really well. I have not flooded this thing out yet.
Oh my goodness.
So it's a beautiful little RDA.
Vic is going to get one of those next week and say, yeah, I got this in for free.
Yeah. So Vic, just for you, I think you know I've got this.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh.
That's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
Hey, Vic won a
Well,
G-Class,
but
and
Vic,
he won the one I wanted, damn it.
This was my first one. And then
You know what? Here's the thing, Scuba. The G-Class used to be good, but now it's just becoming common. Everyone's got one now.
hey,
Okay, you know why everyone's got one, though, right? I mean, yeah, you're saying everyone's got one, right? Which I have one, too, but it's because it's such a good mod. I mean...
No.
oh,
Sorry.
I do have
They're
one
too
more
common.
thing
They're
I've
too common.
got to show off that I got in this week.
What
If you-
were you going to say?
If you want something from Yeehee, you want the fidget spinners. Fidget spinners are cool.
Oh, wait, I think
Fidget
Speed has one. Speed, you might want to show off that.
Hang on a second. Jazzy, am I cleared to show that?
Oh, okay.
You're kidding me. He's got a T-Class as well.
La 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 la.
So Jazzy, the question's to you. Can I show it or not?
Waiting on Jazzy's response.
So while we're waiting on Jazzy's response, and please keep an eye out for it, I do want to show in that I've got this.
Oh, that's nice.
What in the world? That looks very small for a squonker.
It's an Athena by Geekbait.
That's an Athena.
Yeah,
I have an Athena.
Or-
Mine don't
is
look
this-
that
is this-
freaking small.
Wait a second, Vic, is this Geekbait or Watopo?
That's one of the limited edition ones. That's what that is.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's one of the limited edition ones.
Thank
I
you
got
very
a
much.
blue one just like that.
Jazzy Jag said sure, by the way. in
Oh
chat.
boy. Oh boy.
This
Oh boy.
is-
Oh boy. Oh boy.
This is the win that I got off of Vic's show last week.
Yeah,
Or
that's
the week
one.
before last.
Off a Vic show. Damn.
Yeah.
Speed won something off of one of my shows.
I was
I
shocked.
I
was
haven't
shocked.
won a daggum thing off Vic's show. Not a drip tip, not a roll of cotton, nothing.
I haven't even had a chance to build this thing yet. It just came in. I think it arrived
Oh
yesterday.
damn! Another phone call? What the hell? Hold on, who's calling now? I don't even know. Oh, it's Aries. Okay.
I was gonna say it's got to be either Aries or Jazzy.
I don't even
So-
know. Does my screen reach that far? Hold on. Well, he disappeared.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I
So,
answered it. Okay, he'll
The
call
last
again.
thing, since I've got to go ahead to show it.
Oh, shit.
What the heck?
Now, where is my...
Oh, yeah, look at that one, Vic. It's like a patriotic T-class.
That's one of the limited. That's one of the limited.
There
That's
we
one
go.
of the limited edition runs of the T-class. Hi, Aries.
Let me see if I can
Here.
get Aries added in here now. We're just going to have a party, apparently.
So, the spinner on top, I have to admit, I kind of...
Oh, it
I
messed.
get used to it. I like the spinner on top. This one down here, that one I could do without.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of that one.
But the one on top
Right.
isn't bad. I can live with that one.
Why is his screen all jacked up now? Hold on, let me fix that. I don't know which one he is. All right, that one. All right, let's remove that one. And let's fix it.
And Vic, just to let you know, you caused me to buy stuff.
What did you buy?
I got this as well.
You got the Ronin.
I did. God, between the Ronin and the Dreamer, I love them both. God, those things are awesome.
Ronin's a good mod. It's a good mod.
It is. It is.
That's fine, Aries. That's fine.
Y'all are causing me major heartache. I just want to tell y'all this right now. You know how much trouble this is? All right.
But you see what's sitting on top of that, right?
See, he's got the both. He's got both limited editions. That's fine, Aries. That's fine.
Would you rather this one or this one?
Which one
I'll
is it?
have them both.
Maybe that one. What about that one?
So, and you know, I
Or
didn't
should we
show off
just do
the...
this?
I don't even have one. Everybody else has got the limited editions apart from me.
So that means that they're not.
You got the
common.
sample edition. Yes, that's special right there.
You joined at the right time, Vic.
Okay, now I think I got. Hold on, let me move. Okay, jeez. All right, let me move this all the way up. Yeah, I got that up.
That's it. Just rub it in, Aries. Rub it in.
With the gold lightsaber background.
Oh, nice.
Okay, the screen looks like a total cluster, but it is what it is. I'm losing face. I know, right? Wolf Shadow. I'm trying to squeeze it all in here, but we're getting it. I don't know why Vic is half black and half. Okay, we're getting it.
Because I'm half drunk. That's probably why.
Hey,
That black part, that's all the Guinness.
I'm catching up to you. Oh my goodness. But Vic, let me see your coily tool.
Which one?
That ain't right.
No, honestly,
That ain't
which
right.
one?
No,
I
actually-
was one of the original testers for it.
Well, I know you
Yeah, I'll
were.
tell you, I've got the original version 1 here.
Holy moly, look at that thing.
This is what it used to look like.
Good.
That's the one I initially saw, and I was like, oh, I can't wait to hear who makes
Right.
it and where I can get it.
And then there was this one which had the key ring, the actual ring on it, which was the one. This was the one before the product release, wasn't it?
That was that. Yeah, that was the predecessor to the current one.
Yeah, and oh, I've just dropped it. This one, this is actually the neighbour's. I stole it off her again, so I could just do. Because what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to. I said I wasn't going to do it right because these are limited runs because they're being printed out. And I said to Simon, look, if I do a review of this one, which is the one that everyone knows, if I do a review of this and I put up the link to the Coily Facebook page, you're going to get inundated with people bitching that they can't buy one straight away. Because that's what people are like.
They're gonna.
But Simon
slam.
says that's fine, so I'm just going to do a review on it.
See, this is actually I'm starstruck now with Vic being on here because we've had various email conversations, but I've never actually spoken to Vic face to face. This is the first time.
Really?
But yeah,
first
I'm
time.
gonna use the bathroom so you can talk to Vic.
I'm gonna get drunk.
I'm almost there myself already, Aries.
Yeah,
so
Got me covered.
so there's a couple of things. One is we're getting the units injection molded, and I think I've said, and I think you know, Vic, that I've teamed up or partnered up with Mark from Nature Vape to fund the injection molded. So we've got a large quantity coming through, so availability should be a lot better very soon. And we're also talking to people to try and get them to stock them as well, especially in the US and places like that, because the shipping is horrendous to the US.
Shipping,
and
yeah, it's the shipping that's going to be the killer for the US.
That's it, exactly. So we're talking to vendors for that point. But my point, and I think I said the other night, is that you've just done sort of so much for it, just using it, because it shows it in use and it shows it in the real world, and that's really good. I mean, the reviews that everybody else has done have been really good. The sort of dedicated reviews. Mark did a tutorial as well on using it.
Yeah,
and they've just been brilliant. But it's as good used in the real world, in real world scenarios.
Well, I mean, this thing basically shows up in practically every atomizer review that I've been doing over the past couple of months now.
Yeah, I watch every one of your reviews now to see if it's on there, because every review that you do goes on Facebook and Twitter and on the website as well. It's linked on the website.
Yeah.
So I'm constantly watching reviews. I was saying I'm a software developer by day, and instead of listening to the radio, which I used to do, now I have reviews playing in the background. So I've got Vic keeping me company all day, every day, while I'm working.
Oh, so, I'm so sorry.
Thanks, Aries. Thanks.
You're welcome, Victor.
I think one of the things was it on one of your UK vape shows a couple of weeks ago when we were talking about Coily, and you said you've been in since the start. I think Mark said, "Oh well, I came in later on." I think the thing for me was that Vic was the first reviewer that I ever watched when I stopped smoking and started vaping nearly 2 years ago now. And I think that's sort of the reason that I've stuck with Vic right the way down the line since day dot. So
yeah, a lot of people have said that I was the first reviewer they watched when they decided to give up smoking and move on to vaping, which is kind of scary, really.
Well, you were the reviewer that got me into moving my first RDA. Actually, it was the Peerless.
Ah, the Peerless.
Ah, the Peerless.
Yeah.
Vic, have you been vaping the Kinsey lately?
Aries Facebook.
I ditched the Kensai and moved on to the Kylan single coil.
Really?
Yeah.
You know, I like the Kensai or Kinsey, whatever you want to call it, but man, this thing goes through juice.
One thing you need to get your hands on, Scuba, is one of these. This is the Asmodus Zestia.
Was Zesta who?
The Zestia from Asmodus.
Zestia?
Are
you kidding me, Speed? I thought Vic got stuff before us, and you're like, I got it too.
Okay, hold on. Let's just see how much Speed is up to date. What about this one, Speed?
Don't have that
OBS?
one.
Which that is a new OBS?
This is the OBS Creus 2 dual coil. Another good tank, this one.
I want that one. And the single coil.
Because I had to watch your review of that the other day, I've just ordered 2 of those. So.
And here's something else that's new, Scuba.
What's the tank?
Oh, I saw that. E-cigar. It looks so much like an SX Mini, though. I mean, I can pull out an SX Mini right now, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, it looks a lot like the SX Mini. Hold on, here's the SX Mini here, side by side.
Well, you're bringing out a Q class. These are single battery SX Minis.
Oh, I don't have the single battery one because
this is old school right here. I mean, this is like, hey, get a quarter out to take the battery out. Yeah, these are old, but I still have them and they still work. They still work to this day, which is a testament to those chips.
I almost got that mod a month or 2 ago, I think.
Really?
I did, yeah. I was either going to get that or the Asmodus, and to be honest, Vic had the review of the Asmodus, so I got the Asmodus.
Damn, Vic, you got to be careful what you review, because Speed's going to buy it. Just telling you right now.
I do!
Okay, hold on a minute, let's just see.
I'm not watching Vic's reviews, because I tend to buy stuff like that too, damn it.
Vic has caused me to lose a fortune in vape gear.
Did you see this, Aries?
Did I see which one?
Ooh.
Oh,
the TM24 Pro in blue, yeah. Yeah, that one. There you go. Oh, yeah. Hell, I can do that too. What?
Or that?
Okay.
Oh, dude. Get the hell out of here. He's going to hold up multiple cartons. Damn.
just to test how much Speed wants to buy things, right?
Oh God. Oh God.
Now, we know
Vic, I'm trying to save money now. Hang on.
I want that squonker.
We know that Speed and I think Scuba's got one. The Asvape Defender.
No, I don't have the
shield thing.
The what thing?
The shield thing from Asvape.
It's kind of like the Surin drop, but it's made by Asvape.
I saw the one that Smock makes, but no, I don't have the shield.
This one.
Ah, look at that.
Oh.
Yeah, I saw the one that Smock makes today, and it was chrome just like that. But I was like, I'd rather just stick with the Sarn drop.
I'm not a fan of those.
It's like a reverse. There you go.
God damn.
Haggy, yeah, that's Haggy Cigs for Vic, but yeah.
Smock have released 3 pod kits. This is the 3rd one.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the 3rd one.
Well, and there's 2 other companies about to enter the game too. So.
Yeah. Richard, I have. It's actually right behind me in the box. The only reason I did not give away the rail box is because, like I said, when you close the battery door, it was scrubbing the actual wrap off the battery, and I didn't want to give that to somebody and them have a problem. Yeah, the battery tolerance was like, you literally have to bend the door to slide it up on there, or it would scrub the battery wrap off, and I didn't want.
Yeah,
can I turn Vic up? I can.
Oh, here's the thing. Okay, Speed. Oh, okay, Speed. Let's just test. Have you got one of these yet?
Oh shit. Oh no, I don't.
I want one of those.
But I want one. I was going to order it, but they didn't have it in stock yet.
There we go.
And honestly, I was actually waiting for your review on it before I got it.
Review's up next week. I'm doing a limited because I'm having to clean. This room's an absolute disaster zone right now. So next week I'm cleaning things up. I've got the pumper up for review.
You got to talk to Breeze.
What?
You got to talk to Breeze.
Got to talk to Breeze.
Oh.
What?
You missed it.
Oh, I see yourself. Not trust me. Yeah. This is an app. See this cupboard here.
The shop cupboard wouldn't help him at all, Steve. Not even close.
You can't even point.
Because my camera's reversed. There we go.
Point to the one in the middle, Vic. The one in the middle.
Vic, unmirror your camera.
What?
Unmirror your camera.
I can't remember how to do that because I've had far too many Guinnesses. But yeah, I've got 120 odd mods sitting there. I need to clear the decks out because I do it every spring. I do it, but this year, it's just the amount of stuff that's been released just over the past 6 months. It's been absolutely insane.
Well, and it's hard to see in the cabinet because you never turn on the RGB.
Hold on.
Oh Lord! He's actually got lights, Vic. But Vic has lights.
One of the packages that I sent over last year had a full remote control RGB kit.
It's not even plugged in. That's how bad Vic don't want to use it.
One of them's plugged in. The second one isn't.
I didn't know you could hear me. Damn it!
Can I just say, Jerry just asked on chat if Mr. Coily makes Mr. Coily liquids. No, Mr. Coily. No, I don't. I actually need to be quite careful with that because Mr. Coily is a trademark. As is Coily is a trademark, Mr. Coily is a trademark on its own as well. So no, I don't make Mr. Coily liquids. My liquid making skills are very limited. In fact, they're rubbish.
Oh, look at that!
Stunning.
Oh, it's got all sorts of patterns and audio pickup and the whole 9 yards.
Yeah, mine. I just bought some that has audio pickup, but I mean, for the show, I mean, will I light up the desk behind me? I don't know. That one has lights, but I never turn them on, the case, because blue and the camera doesn't get along well for some reason.
True.
No, blue's fine. It's the purple that cameras hate.
Well, I have a very dark blue, and it pisses my camera off.
Like a 1980s rave in here right now.
See, because like this is a purple DS, and it comes across pink on the cameras.
It does.
Richard, I heard a little bit about what the FDA is doing with flavors, but I do not know the full thing, and I know that they posted it on various different reviewers' sites to go and say something, but I don't know.
I'm still going through that end perm. It's going to take a while to get through it all.
You know, nothing surprises me at this point with the FDA and what's going on, and the UK seems to be getting slacker. And you know, Vic said, you know, that's another thing, Vic. You said something about the mill capacity on this, and I've heard so many different versions because you were like, oh, it's 4 mil, and then it's like 5.5 with the big bubble glass. And
Yeah.
I heard that the small glass is 2 mil and the big bubble glass is 4 mil. So
Well,
now
because
I'm
of
like,
the whole TPD thing.
well, I'm like, well, which one? What's the truth? Because the manual don't tell you a damn
What,
thing.
what he's saying, Vic, is some reviewers are calling it one capacity, other reviewers are calling it a different capacity.
Right.
Because it all depends on what package Van de Vape's sending out to the reviewer.
Well, this is the package I'm getting now.
Vic, there's
Comes out
four
like
different,
this.
or Scuba, there's 4 different glasses for that tank. It depends on the region as to which ones you get.
Yeah, it all depends
I'll
on
be
the region.
damn. But they don't. I mean, they don't list what the capacity is at all in the manual, in anything. I mean, I'm gonna have to take a
Because they'd have to-
syringe to figure it out.
The reason being is because they would have to print up 2 different sets of manuals and make sure that they match them up and send them out to the correct regions. It's just too much of a hassle.
Bah,
So they just
humbug.
print up one manual, just throw in these glasses are going to this region, these glasses are going to that region, boom, they're done.
Okay, I just got a text, which is this is how much of a contact Munchkin has got with people. Munchkin wants me to say donkey.
Donkey. Donkey.
Should I go and get my phone and start texting you?
All right. I just started a raffle in the room. The raffle is to win a coily.
Which is
Simon
wonderful.
has told me I was able to give away coily. I plan on paying Simon for this coily, and whoever wins this raffle will win a coily. And y'all know how hard these are to get.
Very
And
hard.
I would recommend buying like a color that he's printing now, like purple. I'm just saying.
Well, what we'll do is we'll say that one of these 3 that's printing now, one of the 3 purple ones, and the purple ones are limited. I only do a very few of them.
Oh, you are so
there you
lucky. You never showed that when Vapor Bunny was in the room because she'd be knocking
She
your
would've
front
jumped
door in
all
like
over the
this.
purple.
She's got a purple one coming.
Bunny's just, yeah,
Oh,
I was
shit.
going to say, Bunny will just go and meet him at the door.
This will run for another 3 minutes and 12 seconds. So y'all have 3 minutes and 12 seconds to enter the raffle. What is it, raffle or is it exclamation point coily?
Exclamation point raffle.
Exclamation, well, what did the bot say?
Exclamation coily.
Yeah, exclamation point coily is what y'all need to put in, guys.
You change it every
Yes,
time.
y'all need to put exclamation point coily.
It's like
Not
watching
raffle,
one of my
not
shows. I
raffle.
don't have a clue what Nightbot is doing either.
Y'all need to type this in. Hopefully I don't win, but that
That'd
would
be
be really
hilarious.
bad.
If Scuba wins, he gives away 2.
A blue one and a purple one.
Oh yeah, there you go. Make sure
Hey,
you type exclamation point coily. It's
That's what
exclamation
hosts
point coily. Read what the bot said. Come on.
That's what hosts used to do. Is if they won their own drawing, then they would give it away double the price.
Right. Well, I only typed that as an example. There's no way I can win. That's got to be okay. If I win, okay, fine. I'm good with that. I'll go with that.
Coily, Milo.
Yeah, exclamation point coily. Let me see how many people's in the drawing. Right now it only shows 3 people. That's weird. Exclamation point capital COILY. I don't know why it's not showing right. I only see 3 people.
C.
Like,
Try it with capital
Really?
C. That,
yeah, do a
that
capital
bot
C,
is
guys.
silly as hell.
Do it like this. Oh, really? I just typed it wrong. Like that. Coily. I'm sorry. Now it's starting to come up. You know
And
what?
Dale-
Let me stop this because this is getting bad. I'm gonna type raffle because everybody wants to type raffle.
Don't bother with the exclamation mark either. Just type raffle
no,
in.
you have
No,
to.
Well, it's
have
got to
to
be
be the
exclamation
spot.
point.
Yeah,
Okay,
but if he's doing
now.
His bot isn't Nightbot.
Yeah, I'm
Oh.
using a different bot. Yeah.
Using a different one.
Is
He's
it
using
coming
2
up?
bots.
Yeah, I got 2 bots running. Hold on, guys. Hold on
exclamation
before
point
y'all.
raffle.
Yeah, exclamation point raffle. Now y'all can type exclamation point raff. Wait. I don't want to type this wrong.
I'll be right back.
Raffle. Just like that.
Like
Okay? Now I want to make sure everybody. Coily, oh my god. What a disaster. Alright. Now it's picking everybody up. Now I got a nice long list. Exclamation point raffle, guys. There you go. No capitals, just the damn bot's so picky about how you type it in. Exclamation point raffle. You have about 3 minutes to get in on this giveaway. Yep, 3 minutes, 5 seconds.
And just to let you know, Simon, if we ever get you on the UK Vape Show, it's as much of a train wreck as this show is.
I would love to go on the UK Vape Show, Vic. Absolutely love to.
Hey, what do you mean about a train wreck? It's not that bad. It's only a couple trains.
And Gail, to address what you said earlier, the only time Scuba doesn't win is if he pays to enter.
There you go. Yeah, if I pay to enter a waffle, oh my gosh, I will lose in a minute.
Every single time.
Every single time. Man, look at all the people that want to get in. No, Scuba is not drunk.
Ellie
Sorry,
DeMelon.
Milo. There is quite a list of folks that want a Coily. Oh my goodness.
Coily
2
is
minutes,
dead.
6 seconds. 2 minutes, 6 seconds left, guys. This tool makes your life very much a lot
So
easier.
much easier.
Yeah,
So easier.
you know, and do you agree, Victor? Victor, really? Vic?
Oh, we're getting
that,
all posh now, aren't we?
I know, I was getting all, proper. That, do you think this is a beginner's tool?
I've been vaping for 4 years, building for 3 years. I wouldn't class it as a beginner's tool.
Thank you.
It's
Thank you.
handy. It is handy for new people that are
Exactly.
getting in for, but even for people who have been coiling for as long as Aries has. If they want to get their legs a certain length, that's what the coily's for.
Well,
Right.
being 100% fully honest, people that have been building for as long as I have, we can eyeball them.
True.
Being
Yeah.
100% honest on that.
Right, you can eyeball it,
Especially
but
if,
He's got a Guinness. Look.
well, I mean, especially if you are
had
building
to.
literally the same RDAs every single time. Now, if you're working with a bunch of different RDAs, yes, a tool like this would come in immaculately handy.
yeah,
But
and I
it's-
deal
I mean,
with a bunch of RDAs, so
I built
have
2
to.
RDAs.
Oh, well, there you
2.
go. Yeah, if you're used to it, I can understand that. But new RDAs that you buy and you don't know for sure what the size are, even if they're postless, the first time that you get the coil, okay, I want my coil right here. You put it on the coily, see what size that is. From then on, you never have to guess again. You throw it in there,
Yep.
cut it. Throw it in there, cut
Well,
it. Done.
once he gets the postless tool, then yes, that'll be a help for a lot of people.
Right.
But I think the other thing is, Aries, that, and I know I keep harping on about this website, but I'm really, really, really keen to get as many people getting these leg lengths into the website, because it's not about, sort of going back to what I said earlier, it's not just about fitters, it's also about flavour. You can position
Right.
your coil at a certain point to get the right flavour.
Get this out and use it for him.
What's that?
What's that?
Yeah, what is that? I don't even know.
It's it's a caliper.
Oh, right.
Dire Thing won the raffle.
Because that little bar down there measures exactly the length of every post hole
Yep.
on a
So-
postal stack.
The very first coil that never actually went out to anybody has that slot up the
Yep.
side of it, and you can't see it very well, but there's some measurements on there as well. And there was a little hole in the end, and the intention was to have a little metal rod go inside that, so that would indicate, how deep your postless holes were. But it was it was impossible to get it injection molded. Because of the design of it, you just couldn't injection mold it.
But no, with you having the website where you're having people enter the dimensions of various decks, if Vic can find the time, because he's got a caliper almost identical to mine.
Yeah.
I'd be willing to bet that it's got the depth pin on his as well.
Oh yeah, it
You
does.
could go through. It wouldn't take him but 2 seconds per RDA, per postless RDA. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it wouldn't take you but 2 seconds per postless RDA to measure him and pop him into his website.
Yeah. Well, a lot of...
How many people have a collection of various atomizers that you do, Vic?
Not that many.
Darn thing, make sure you email me at that email address that the bot posted. I will do it again just so I make sure you got it. Email me at that email address. Make sure you include your nickname, your full name, your address, phone number, everything. That way I can get that to Simon. And what color you would prefer as far as I don't know about what color. You need to take purple. Yeah, that's what he's printing right now.
It's one's printing right now.
You're getting purple. All right, you're getting purple.
Yeah, see, because the depth meter on a caliper is the most underutilized part of a caliper. Most people don't even realize what it's for.
Mine's got it. One of them does.
What other people have been saying they've been doing as well is putting a little bit of wire into the hole, bending it,
measure it off.
Yeah, and then just measuring it on the side of the coily to work out how deep the hole is. So
there you go.
The point in the website is that I want to stop people having to do that. So once somebody's done it once, they can share that, and then everybody else can use it.
Yeah.
And as I said, I want to add to those leg lengths. I want to add ratings as well, so people can go on and can say, yeah, this is a 2-star, 3-star, 4-star, whatever. So.
Now we got somebody asking to turn Aries up.
I can turn Aries up. All right, I'm running the raffle, whatever you want to call it, for e-cigs right now. So if you type !Higgy, this is for a 65% off coupon code to e-cigs. Type that, and you'll be entered in to win the 65% off coupon code to e-cigs. Aries is not loud enough. How about Simon? Is he loud enough? I can turn Simon up. But he seems to be good to me. I'll turn him up too. I'm always loud, so nobody needs to turn me up. All right. Let me get this.
I'm very softly spoken, very quiet.
You are. You're way too humble for what you do. I'll put it that way. Way too.
I'm terrified. I was on the NI Vote Lounge. I was terrified before I went on that. Absolutely terrified.
I could see where you would be scared, but you know what? You got a great product. Stand behind it. I don't see any problem with it. There's nothing to be afraid of. You know, get behind it, stick with it.
I think it's more just people seeing me.
Oh.
I'm a naturally shy person, so I keep saying this. I used to DJ. I was a party DJ. I was a YMCA, all that sort of rubbish. But I'd happily stand up in front of 600 people. But put me in front of a camera, and I'll just go to pieces.
I can see that. I mean, not everybody's cut out to do broadcasting type stuff. But, you know, you'd be surprised. You've done a few shows now, so the more you do it, the more comfortable you get with it. I know the first time I went live, I don't know what the heck I was thinking, but I did it, and instantly people came in to watch, and I was like, why are people watching me? I don't understand. And next thing you know, I was on a network, and it just blew up from there. It just kept going and going.
Yeah, this was back in the days. This was back in the days when the internet was steam powered.
How do you account for the length if you have to bend the coil up after it's mounted? How do you account for the length if you have to bend the coil up after it's mounted? Well, DeMillan, what you do is, who won the raffle? UK Andy, you won the thing. So, you know, email me at my email address. You know the email address.
That's good. That's nice, cheap postage as well.
What you want to do on the first coil you ever build in that Addy, you put your coil in there, and then if you have to bend it over, you get that one the right length. After you get that, remove that coil, put it in the coily, and see which level it measures out to. After that, you're golden. Just put the next coil in the coily, cut it at that length, and you're dead even with the other coil. They'll be identical to each other. So you know that both of those coils, when you bend them over, will be in the exact same position.
Yeah.
Unless he already has it posted on that site, which he has a lot, I mean a lot of RDAs, RTAs already posted for people that's posted the links on there. But you may have your own preference. You know, it's like he was saying, some builds are better for flavors, some are better for clouds, etc., etc. So you may like your coils a little closer. So I would recommend do it the way you like it, measure it in the coily, then you're set. Write that down, post it on his website, and you'll always know what length to cut your coils at from then on. You'll be done. Good to go.
Just can I just add something as well? I meant to mention earlier on the website. So anybody who submits their leg lengths on the website, they're going to get entered into a giveaway. I've got 3 Indulgence Hero RTAs to give away. So anybody that puts the leg lengths, if you put in multiple leg lengths, you get a draw for, you get an entry into the draw for every leg length you submit onto the website. And if people continue to submit, I'll continue a monthly giveaway for people submitting the leg lengths on the website.
If I submit my leg lengths in there and I win, I promise I will give it away on the channel.
You're a star, Scuba.
There you go. No, I got no problem with that. I just want to do it so more people will know, have the knowledge, okay, well, this is where I need to cut it. They don't have to worry about measuring it all. They go, okay, I need this at 4.5. They put it in there, cut it, and when they put it in there, they know it's perfect. It's good to go. So if I win something, I just pass it on. Just like Richard. Richard sent me a whole box of stuff to give away, and I've been giving away stuff every week out of that box, and I'm going to continue to do it until it's gone. I just turn it around. Vic does the same thing. Vic gets stuff sent to him all the time, and he has to do giveaways. And these giveaways, guys, I don't know if y'all realize this. These giveaways are a lot of work to go through. You have to go through, post it all, then keep track of it, then run the winner, then post it out. It's a pain in the butt. It's not like, oh, you won it, here you go. You're not coming to pick it up at his house. So it's a pain in the butt to do this over and over again, week after week.
A lot of time.
Yeah, it takes a lot of time, and especially with Vic, I mean, he has to sit there and edit all them videos. That's the main reason I don't do reviews, is because editing videos is a pain in the ass. It really is.
Oh yeah.
The highlight of my week is keeping an eye out for Vic's photograph of him going to the post office. It's great every week. It was just is it every week, Vic, or every 2 weeks? There's a picture of you.
Every week.
Yeah. Highlights of my week.
Oh my goodness. I don't know what happened, but I was on with Vic, a week or 2 ago? He's already got hair now. It's not even... Damn!
I know, isn't that
3D Sharpie?
I've been trying to grow it now for years, and I
he
can't
still
get
didn't mob me in his
2 weeks
damn
later.
channel either. I'm going to kick his ass until he mobs me in his channel. I'm in there typing like, I'll type to you again in about 30 seconds. Damn it. Fine, whatever. Okay. But it's fine.
Keep up and chatting those live shows now.
No, I know. But no, hi, Scuba. I'm not modding you, Scuba. Okay. That's what you meant to say, right? You can't post links or anything in here, Scuba. Thanks, Vic. My original double barrel, I sent it off to get fixed. Double barrel has one of the best return policies I've ever seen. Not to mention the fact their mods are really good, but if your mod is 90 days old or newer, it's completely free. Anything over that, and I mean up to a year, 2-3 years, if something goes wrong with it, it's $30 to get your mod fixed. Where else can you do that? I don't know any company that does that. $30 and they'll replace it.
Damn.
I think Squid Vape has got an excellent return policy. The double barrel is one of the best mods I own. I don't know if I don't think Vic has one of these yet. Still.
No, I don't.
It's a damn good mod. I mean, this is one of the smallest dual 18650s you can own. that goes up to 150 watts, and the button on this thing is amazing. Not to mention how small it is. This is the Squid Vape double barrel. See, right now this one's at 73 watts, I think.
We got to get Vic hooked up with one of those somehow.
Yeah, we do. I mean, Vic needs a double barrel. This one's black. This one's actually powder coated black.
Vic would blow himself up with a double barrel.
How would he blow himself
I'm not
up?
even kidding.
I have a silicone wrap on mine, so it, you know.
They're kind of bulletproof.
Yeah, these are really good mods. And then the TAC 21 is their newest one. TAC 21.
Okay. You know, a lot of times I just throw the piss at Vic just to throw the piss at him. This is one time where I'm actually serious.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, but it's the regulated version of the double barrel though, ain't it?
Smoke would be out of business if they did that. You're right, they would.
So Vic,
if Smoke goes, yeah, $30, we'll fix it. Yeah, that wouldn't happen.
Vic, let me put it like this. You know how often you knock your mods over, right?
Oh, yeah.
You knock one of those over too hard, you're going to puncture your battery.
Ooh.
Really?
Speed, given your setup, you're fine.
Thanks
but with all the equipment and the hard edges that Vic has around him, it'll smack one of those hard edges. I can already see it happening.
Ooh.
Damn, that double barrel that Speed just held up, that is the most, I like that one more than any one of that's the one that messed up on me, is my, well, they call it gray champagne double barrel. That's my favorite mod ever. I mean, that one and the G class, those two are right there. What is that?
That's the Littlefoot.
This is the Wake Mod Littlefoot.
Littlefoot?
Littlefoot.
Yeah, it's the kit that come. It's the kit that Wake Modco put out to match up with the Wake RTA.
Yep.
Nice.
And actually, I mean, the pricing on those is really, really good.
Oh, it is. It is.
I like that, but that is a fingerprint magnet if I've ever seen one.
Yeah.
You can get it with white edge or with the white frame on it. The white frames aren't quite as bad.
Is that dual 18650 or single?
No, it's
single.
It's a LiPo.
Oh, it's LiPo. Oh, okay.
Oh, that's right, LiPo, and it goes up to 80 watts.
Let me find out. 60.
I'm almost positive it's an 80.
60.
60? Okay.
Yeah.
No. If I can't do at least 75 watts, I'm done.
Scuba, it's designed to go with the Wake.
Oh, well, okay. With the Wake definitely, that's weird. I don't know if you've noticed that, Vic. The Wake, to me, I have to turn the wattage down.
Same here, yeah.
Yeah, if you go too high on the Wake, you're like, holy crap. But even at a lower wattage, I get a great vape from the thing. It's really good.
Part of that was fixed when they changed the inner chamber barrel.
Mm-hmm.
When that cylinder that goes around the wicking and the coils, when they changed that up, it allowed you to crank it up just a little bit more. Plus, it stopped a lot of the flooding issues that some people were having.
Wow.
Anyway, I'm going to pop off, folks, because it's 20 to 2 and I am fucking knackered.
Oh, Lord, you're going to mess my whole damn screen up again. Okay, thanks, Vic.
Thanks for popping in, Vic.
Have another pint, Vic. Come on.
And plus, I've had 6 pints of Guinness and
6 pints and 3 shots.
Yeah, 6 pints and 3 shots of single malt, so I'm going to crawl into bed. I'm fucking knackered.
Wow.
Well, thanks for stopping by, Vic.
Yeah.
It was good to see you.
It's been great to meet you eventually.
Yeah, finally, Simon. I'll need to drag you onto one of the UK vape shows at some point.
That'd be good.
Yeah, do that.
Yeah.
Give him a shout out. He needs it. I mean, well, I ain't gonna say he needs more help selling the Coily because he's covered up, but yeah.
Best thing in my humble opinion would be the moment he goes live with the injection molding.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's gonna be ridiculous.
Because you'll have a mass stock ready for the influx.
Yeah. Yep. And we're talking weeks. It's not long now. So.
Yeah, and you're gonna sell every one of them and be like, you know, those molded mods, molded coilies. Yeah, I need the same order again. Just saying.
Well, hopefully they should be a lot quicker, because once the mold's done, which is what they're doing at the moment, they're making the mold. Once that's done, then it's just production after that. So delivery times after that. Yeah,
that's gonna be awesome when they get that done. I mean, I wish you all the best with that. That's going to be awesome once you get that done.
Thank you, Scuba.
You're welcome.
Anyway, I'm out here, folks.
Vic, before you go, I got a question for you. When's your birthday?
Oh, it's not the next year.
Oh, it already went by.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was it in February?
Yeah,
it's February.
Okay.
I will see you all later on, folks. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking as well. He's planning something.
Yeah.
Anyway, I will see you all later on, folks.
Have a good one, Vic.
Bye, Vic.
Take care, Vic. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
We'll talk tomorrow.
Bye.
Oh, he's already left.
Okay, yeah, my screen's jacked now. Okay, that's
That's all right. You'll get it figured out.
Okay, let me just
That is a mess.
damn. Let me just remove all these, because this is going to be a lot easier than trying to redo it, because they're jacked up now. Alright. Screen capture, let's get speed in there first.
I'll wait till he's finished, and then I'll go ahead and pop off.
Oh, damn you, Aries! That ain't even right. You're like, yeah, let me just go ahead and screw it up all over again.
No, I am about to screw something up, but it shouldn't affect anything on your side.
Oh, okay, well, that's fine. As long as
So
it don't affect me.
It'll take it just a second. There we go.
I've been really bad on chat. I think there's probably a load of things skipped past me that I haven't seen, so I don't know if anybody wants to ask a question. I'm more than happy to answer it. Well,
definitely, if y'all have some questions for Simon or Mr.Coily, however you want to put it, throw it up in chat, and he'll be happy to answer them for you guys. Because, you know, we're asking them what we can, but I'm sure y'all have a lot more questions that we don't know right now, so go for it. I'm getting here.
I'm still trying to get used to this chat thing. On the last few shows I've been trying to watch it, and I'm useless at it.
Yeah, it takes a while to get used to interacting with the other people on the call and paying attention to chat.
It does.
My wife always says I can't multitask, so, and she's right. She's absolutely spot on.
Well, you know, YouTube threw me all off when they started adding chat to the replay, which I think is a great thing. So now I don't have to keep chat in my cast because it's already there. So when people go to watch
the one nightmare is the fact that it defaults to top chat instead of live chat.
Right. Yeah, y'all do want to go to live chat instead of top chat. I mean,
what is the difference?
Okay, so live chat shows you everything. Okay, top chat, if it thinks, even remotely thinks that something is spam, it filters it.
Yeah.
And their spam filter is very touchy.
Yeah. Thanks, UK Andy. I will get your email.
And Simon, I saw a question pop up. What inspired you to use the name Coily?
Yeah, I just saw that Niji, wasn't it? Yeah. It was one of those things that, as a software developer, I spend a whole load of time thinking up names for things that I'm working on, the things that I'm writing. And then pretty much Coily was the first thing that sprang to mind. And it was just a check of make sure that nobody else was using it, make sure that it wasn't already a trademark. Domains are available and everything else, and it was, so I just went with that. It was the first thing that sprung to mind.
And Wolf Shadow's got a question too. Wouldn't a sliding pin on the Coily help gauge the depth on a postless deck?
Yeah, and this sort of goes back to what I was saying before about that was on the very first version. And it certainly was something that I wanted to do, but it just became too complicated, impossible to injection mold. But it might be something that I do as an add-on onto the current unit, so it can, you know, that it could become moldable then. Maybe something that attaches to the side of the unit, or attaches to it in some way.
Yeah, because injection molding, having holes coming in from multiple directions, really doesn't work real well.
No. This is what a lot of people don't sort of take into account. They think you just design something and that's it. It's, you know, you can do what you want with it. But when you design something, especially when it's being 3D printed, you have to design it to be 3D printable, and you also have to, if you're going to get it injection molded, you have to make sure that it can be injection molded. And we've had a whole load of documents going backwards and forwards between me and the injection molding company to establish various different things, tolerances, and whether this hole can be right, and whether this bit of coily can be hollowed out, and there's so many different things to think about.
Wow.
And Pat's got a question. He's asking whether or not there's measurements on an affiliated website for postless deck.
Let's read the question.
So it's Simon. How do you work out the links on a postless deck?
Yeah. So again, I'm reliant at the moment on everybody else using it. I've put some of my own entries into our website. So if you go to the website, which is coilytool.co.uk, yeah, and areas are showing they're so cheap on Amazon as well. Areas aren't they? They're only
I mean you can get a decent run of the mill caliper with a depth meter on it for like 10, 12, 15 bucks. I mean, they're not expensive at all, and you'd be surprised at how often you'll actually use one. Just needs to make sure that it's got a depth gauge on it.
Yeah. But just to get everybody putting the things into the website at coilytool.co.uk, there's a page on there. It says leg lengths at the top. You go to that page. You actually need to register on the website to see the leg lengths and to submit them. But once you've done that, you can submit it. You can view everybody else's leg lengths that they've submitted, and I said in the future I'm going to put a rating. I'm saying in the future I'm going to try and get it done over the next couple of weeks so you can rate people's coils. I want to improve that page as well. A few people have said today it could do with a search thing on it. They could do to be able to filter it by the manufacturer of the ATI. So there's a whole load of ideas coming to improve that page. And the other thing is that I will be writing an Android app at some point in the future. Not iOS, because Apple, in their wisdom, no longer allow vaping apps, new vaping apps, to be submitted to their app store. Yeah. So, unfortunately,
Richard, to address your question, the reason why people generally don't go CNC as opposed to injection molding is CNC is you're looking at right around triple the cost opposed to injection molding.
So we were saying earlier that I was wanting to do a special edition of coily in a metal of some form, whether it be aluminium or copper or whatever. So I got a price for CNC, and the cost price to me for a CNC unit, and I had to buy 100 of them, was £42 each.
Yeah.
So
like I said, CNC is not cheap.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's
just having to set
not
it
in the United States.
No, I mean when you look at one, material cost, two, the actual machining cost and the setup and design for it, CNC is not real well fundable for something as small as something like the coily. Now, if you're using a mass setup, you know, if you're making this massive item, then yeah, CNC is the way to go. But for something like that, no.
Matthew Hughes.
Aluminium.
Man, aluminium.
Yeah, that's the UK stuff. I don't know where that extra N comes. Aluminum.
Aluminum.
But, you know, that's the US version. Aluminium.
Well,
you know, okay.
Okay, history lesson.
You have a question on how much the coily costs.
So it's £5.99. Somebody else might be able to tell me how much that works out to in dollars. But it's £5.99 UK money, plus postage. At the moment, to the US, that's £8.35. To the
looking at $8.50 American.
Yeah. To the EU, I think postage is about £7.75. UK, it's next to nothing. And Australia and New Zealand is £8.55. So the shipping, unfortunately, once it goes outside the UK, is more expensive than the unit itself. But once we get the injection molded units out, we'll be looking for vendors. We're already talking to vendors in the US, so hopefully that can bring the cost of shipping down.
Simon, you've actually got a person in chat right now who does CNC machining daily.
Right.
That might be able to bring your cost down on that.
I would be very interested. Very interested in talking to that person. If you could drop me an email to coilytool@outlook.com, that would be great. I'd be very interested in talking to somebody who could do.
I'm not even going to try to announce the winner of the raffle, but yeah, Harry, make sure you email me. That's freaking really long. That's
you said coilytool@outlook.co.uk?
Yes.
coilytool@outlook.com.
There you go. coilytool@outlook.com. Make sure y'all get in touch with Simon there, and he'll get in touch with you there, and good luck. You know. People that have CNC machines and they can actually cut that stuff out in aluminum or aluminium. Oh, you can't do that. I can't do it.
I would really like to do a small quantity of serialized metal coilers. I would absolutely love to do it.
Serialized.
Can you make one? I want one. If you're gonna serialize, I want to loan them.
I want number 4. Number 4. I'm not trying to get number 1 or anything. Number 4. That would be awesome.
Then I have to have at least number 3.
Scuba, everyone knows 14 are mine.
You can have 14. I want 4. And somebody's going to want 007.
U.S. vendor, he's currently working on that.
We'll have to do a gold one for Vic as well.
Ooh, there you go.
That'd be cool. That would be cool.
Yeah.
You know, if Simon got into something like 101 Vape or any of those big U.S. sellers, man, he couldn't keep up. I'm really worried about him keeping up.
That's actually a detriment because a lot of those companies, if you can't maintain stock, they won't pick you up.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if he gets I'm not saying now. Obviously, he couldn't do that now. But once he gets the injection molding, he could keep up then.
Yeah.
Once they have the mold done, that's the hardest process of injection molding, is making the mold. Once that's done, they can print them off at any time. Boom, done. Boom, done. Here's another.
It's not just molding. It's development process for anything that's being manufactured, be it a CNC design, be it a 3D printed design, an injection mold. I mean, all of that. Just the setup on that first batch takes forever.
Yeah, it's such a long process.
That's beautiful, Albie. Damn you for having a custom-made double barrel. I'm just saying.
Nice. So, Simon, when are you going to start with the injection molding? You just mentioned it takes a long time, but
it's already in production. So the mold's being made at the moment. We're expecting the sample within days now, and once we've got that sample, it's just a case of us saying to them, right, on you go, get them made. So within sort of 2 or 3 weeks after that, we're hoping to have them dropped with us.
Cool. So you should be up and running with injection molding within the next 2 months.
Yeah, I would hope towards the end of April that we should have units in stock.
Oh
awesome.
My goodness. Good luck with you and the post office because you're going to be shipping a lot.
So when I first started working with Coily, I approached a courier and I said, I'm interested in sending these things out because at the moment, like everybody else, like you were talking about the giveaways earlier on, I have to go down every Friday to the post office, and today I went down with 27 coilies to send out, and you can imagine the queue behind me, people waiting to get their pensions and everything else.
Any of those are going international because it takes forever to ship them international.
Yeah,
paperwork.
And they said no. Well, you can't really send them via a courier because you're not doing enough quantity. If I said, well, I'm probably just going to be sending 2 or 3 a week. So I think it's getting to the time now where I need to be talking to a courier.
Yeah, definitely. Wow.
But this little room's about 4 meters square, something like that. So Thursday night it's me and my wife in here. making the coilies up, putting the things in the boxes, and it's become really, really complicated over the last couple of weeks. So I've said to people, so when I first started sending them out, I was sending them out with chocolate, and I had one of those blinding moments on a night when I was actually going to sleep, and I thought, what happens if a dog gets hold of that box when it comes to the letterbox before the person gets hold of it? So I actually said, right, that's it. I'm not sending out chocolate anymore. I'm going to send out Haribo instead. Much safer.
My son took my Haribos. Damn it!
Really?
Hell yeah! I got my little piece of candy. My son took them.
And then everybody was up in arms because I'd stopped sending chocolate out. So now I give the option, so it's even more complicated now. So I have to work out who's having chocolate and who's having Haribo.
Oh wow! You know, I think it's amazing though that one man, you know, Simon's a single man making one product, and he's doing so well at it. You know, that should be inspiring to everybody that you don't have to be this big major company to be able to get a product out that people can enjoy. You know, just one person making a single product can get really big, and I think in the future this thing is only going to get bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
Am I going to do hardware tonight, Richard? I might if I have enough time. Wow, I got 4 minutes. Ooh,
I'm sorry, Scuba. Who's coming on after you?
Nobody.
Okay then.
All right, let me see if I can get my thing up.
So the thing is, based just what you said, Scuba, that even I don't expect it's going to make me, you know, a millionaire. But even if it did get bigger, I would still want to maintain that same, you know, sort of small company attitude, small. You know, because I'm all about customer service. I'm all about looking after people and making sure they're right and they're happy.
I stand behind that 100%, and that makes me happy that you're that way. It's not, you know, it's more about, you know, getting your product out there to make people happy because they really want your product. It's not. It's not about making money. It's not like you're asking, hey, I need $30 per piece. No, you're not doing that. You're just doing enough to cover your costs, pretty much. So I think it's a great product, and you deserve every bit of all these fans and stuff that's coming after this thing. You deserve every bit of it, I think.
And I appreciate it.
And Simon, I believe you've got an email in your inbox related
I have.
to CNC work.
I've just seen it pop in. Thank you very much indeed.
Awesome.
And John is absolutely correct. Post-it notes, billionaire. I mean, that started off with someone who made a glue that wasn't quite strong enough.
Yeah, yeah. But I think it's important to keep that personal touch. I mean, the thing for me, and not in all cases, but the vape industry, especially with Chinese products, it's so difficult to get support if something goes wrong. It's really difficult to find somebody to talk to get it sorted out, and I want to make sure that I don't do that. I want to look after everybody. I actually had a coily go out last week to Canada. Was posted to Canada, and the guy messaged me last night. He said, have you got the tracking numbers just so I can see where it's gone? I checked the tracking today. It's actually in Portugal at the moment, which is bizarre.
Wow.
So I've had to. I'm now going to send out another unit to the guy in Canada, because Royal Mail, the chances of it actually getting from Portugal back to Canada again are so small.
I don't know. Are you familiar with Castle Vape?
Council of Vapor.
No, Castle Vape over there in the UK. Okay.
No.
His name is Ian. He runs a company called Castle Vape, e-liquid, and I think he's got his own store now.
Right.
He was sending me a package here about a year or so ago, and it went from the UK to Australia to Brazil to New York to Los Angeles to Miami to Scottsdale, Arizona, to Dallas, to Little Rock, to me.
Blimey.
Wow.
It took it 4.5 months to make it to me.
Wow.
4.5 months. Holy crap.
4.5 months to make it to me.
The last unit that I sent to Canada took 6 weeks, I think. The US seems to be pretty good. It's between 5, 7, 10 days, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Canada. 10 days.
Yeah. Canada's
getting
just
through
a
U.S.
nightmare.
customs isn't that big of a deal. Getting through Canadian customs is a nightmare.
Yeah.
Make
Simon?
sure y'all type !hardware to get on the giveaway from my big box of stuff from Richard Wheels. !hardware, y'all have not very much time left. You have 1 minute 3 seconds remaining. So !hardware.
And Simon, somebody's asked me to point out that if you've got a PayPal account, you can go to paypal.com ship now, and you can do international first class at a discount.
I'll check that out and see.
Oh, RS, it was extremely well steeped by the time I got here.
Yeah, the shipping is the curve, and I've seen PayPal's shipping things. I need to look at that probably a bit more in depth and just see if there's a better way to ship.
Oh, there they come.
Norman, he sent me the Caramelicious, he sent me the Irish cream, and a couple others.
That Irish cream is, man, that's some good stuff. I like the Irish
Castle
cream.
Vape over in the UK.
Ooh.
Oh my goodness, are them Aries
Yeah, his
coils?
Irish cream was really good. I wasn't a
really
big fan of the Caramelicious stuff.
It's like Aries coils right there. Yeah. I was going to put those in a dripper tonight, but apparently we just blew through 2 hours and never even got it. Steve McCauley, hopefully I'm saying that right. Steve McCauley, you have won, and you need to pick a number between 1 and 15. Besides, let me give you the numbers you can pick. You cannot pick number 1, number 2. You can pick number 3, number 4, number 3, 5, 6. I need to redo this. 10,
Yes.
11, 13, 15. Those are the numbers you have to pick from.
And we do have something else that we need to call out. Mary has that on the screen right now.
Coil Flash LLC. What? What?
That is a spool for Aries wire.
Aries wire. What is that?
It's not going full distribution right away, but yes, I have gotten teamed up.
No
It'll be the exact same. It'll be the exact same wire that that Kidney Puncher puts out.
Nice. Damn,
It
Aries.
is Sandick wire.
You slick son of a gun. I like that. I like it.
And for those of you that are wondering if Aries makes coils, he does make some awesome coils.
When I'm able to.
Very good coils, yeah.
And one of the places you can get his coils is at e-cigs.
Yep. Y'all make sure to check out e-cig.com. Not only do they have really good juice and very customizable, I mean PG-VG ratio, sky's the limit, and your Nick ratio, sky's the limit. And they also have Aries coils on there.
You go in, you pick up your coils at e-cigs, and then you use the Coily tool to cut your legs.
And if you don't have a coupon code, use the coupon code Scuba15. I'm sure that code works. That'll get you 15% off. If you don't already have a coupon code, use that one. That'll at least get you 15% off.
So if I want to buy Aries coils in the UK, do I need to go to e-cigs then?
Yes.
Yep, e-cigs.com.
So to make it worthwhile, what's the best juice from e-cigs?
Nilla nuts. I mean,
depends on what you want. What you like.
No, I'm first. No, don't give me the Aries Ram. Hey, I Nilla. Well, it depends. Are you a fruity vapor, or do you like more of a creamy?
Fair question.
Wait. He's asking. Go ahead and answer.
I like desserts and fruits. I like a combination of dessert and fruit. So,
if you like more of a fruity type vape, you'd like Aries Ram more. If you like more of a custard type vape, Nilla Nuts, hands down. This one won last year. I can do that. This one won top juice last year. They sold more of Nilla Nuts than anything else.
Yeah.
Scuba, I think the winner picked number 15.
Winner picked number 15. All right, let me go through and see what number 15 is. Number 15 is... Doesn't make any sense. That's not what that is. Maybe I put that wrong.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, Nilla Nuts has been sold for about 3 years now, and it's second, I think, over of all time. Ares Ram, which has been sold
Second
for
of all time.
second of all time.
Well, that's only because they've sold
Pegasus Tears.
Pegasus Tears forever.
And then you've got Ares Ram, which has only been sold for just over right about a year and a half, which is in third.
Of course, Pegasus Tears.
Number 15 was a UL Raphael RDA, I think. It said RTA, but I doubt it's an RTA. I'm pretty sure a Raphael is a RDA. Wait, Raphael? It's an RTA, isn't it?
The Raphael's an RTA.
It's an RTA. I'm losing my mind tonight. It's a UL R Raphael RTA. That's what you won. Congratulations. Who won?
Jeez, I don't even know.
Hey, I'm trying to figure this out myself. I gotta scroll back. Winner pick number 15. I can't even scroll back that far. Oh my God. Oh, Steve
McCauley.
Steve McCauley.
Yeah.
Let me put him down on the list. Make sure you email me at that email address, and I will put you down right here. Steve McCauley. Got you set, bud. Congratulations. I will get that shipped out to you.
So if you won tonight, the email address is scubawinners@gmail.com. Be sure to include what you won, along with your name and address.
Wolf, you're right. The Raphael X is the RDA, but I think that the one I have is a RTA. If it's wrong, I will apologize, and I will do whatever I need to make it right. Is that Ares Ram 2?
Do I?
No, there is no version 2. There's only version 1.
So looking at the chat, I need to be ordering, as well as my coils, Ares Ram, the Nilla Nuts, and the Pegasus Tears. So I might as well.
Is pretty good.
Yeah.
Pegasus Tears is. If you're looking for that middle ground between Ares Ram and Nilla Nuts, that would be where Pegasus Tears falls.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pegasus. Ares Ram is more of a fruity type vape. Nilla Nuts is like a vanilla hazelnut that I vape this every day, all day. Every day, all day. And I've been through all kinds of juice, so but everybody's taste is different. You may not like it.
Just to piss him off.
I have some right here, and I got the new bottle. It's got the big.
I need to go and get all my liters.
Hey, Ares Ram, yours has your name in it. It doesn't say, I don't have, mine's not going to say.
Ares, half the sales of Ares Ram have been to you.
Actually, no. I can't. It's been a good length of time since I bought any Ares Ram.
Really?
No, hold on. I take that back. One of my friends had me order a bottle for him, and I mean a bottle.
Good night, Breeze.
For him.
Good night, Breeze.
But before that, no, he didn't have me order 4. He got 4 of the Techie Tappy.
Ares Ram is a great juice. I will not put it down by any means. I really like Ares Ram. Hell, I vaped some the other night just because she had it in her atom. I was like, hell, let me try that. Peachtree Street, that's another really good one.
See, I'm not big on peaches, and that's my issue with Nilla Nuts. Is I really, really just don't like hazelnut, but it is a very spot-on hazelnut custard.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, Peachtree Street. Peachtree Street, you'd have to like peaches and strawberries. If you like that, then you would like Peachtree Street. It's kind of a mixture of the two. Nilla Please is just straight vanilla custard. Damn, look at that big gallon jug of
bottle and a half, yeah.
And just to be clear, that was a gift.
Yes, this was a gift.
Purchase.
You know what I found out yesterday? I didn't know. Because when I was young, I used to buy big bottles of liquor, and I bought a fuck it, I'm done. What am I missing? When I was young, I used to buy a certain liquor by the gallon, I didn't know you cannot buy liquor by the gallon in the U.S. anymore.
No, that's been done for a while.
How long? Well, so this
Wow.
is a 1.75 liter of fighting cock. I used to buy this by the gallon. Now this was in the very early 90s, I do believe. But you can't do that anymore. Because I asked the liquor store, because they carry this big bottle, which is a 1.75, but they said, yeah, we can't carry the gallon because it's illegal in the U.S. You can't buy a gallon unless it's wine. If it's wine, you can buy a gallon. Go figure.
Yeah, but the hard alcohols, that switched over to the
Hey, Stina.
the other measuring system long
Right.
time ago. And once they did that, at that point you couldn't buy it.
The only thing that sucks about that is I didn't keep the bottle, because
Yeah.
if I had the gallon bottle and I still had it, I would have liked to had the bottle just as a souvenir, but I didn't. So it's bad. Wow, we're way over time. Mod Envy's on.
Mod who?
Yeah, exactly. Hey, I'm not gonna put them down, but man,
And heavy metal vapor.
Gail, the only way that like Next Level Up said, the only way that Vic could put that away in 3 days is because he would spill it all over his desk.
Simon, out of all those juices you buy, you're gonna really like Nilla Nuts. I'm just saying.
I think I'm gonna go for all three. I'll make the most of it.
Get all three, and you'll probably like Nilla Nuts the most. And if I have to, I'll get you a coupon code, and you can get it even cheaper. But I have no problem doing that. I will make sure I get you a coupon code, and you can get it.
No, that'd be good.
If you like peanuts or peanut butter, they have a peanut butter buster that is pretty good.
Their peanut butter buster is off the chain. It's
See,
really good.
I always thought I would never like a peanut juice, and I got some. Was it an Elements? It was some that a vendor was selling off some Elements peanut butter liquids. I can't remember which one it was now, but peanut butter and blueberry jam, I think it was. It was so nice, so nice.
Oh, Hickeys has peanut butter buster, and then they've also got a peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah, they got peanut butter and jelly ones too.
Jelly has like 12.
Those are really good.
Yeah, and I think that's the same sort of flavour profile that I got. But I really like. In fact, I think it was when the TPD or TRPR came in last year. They were selling them off at next to nothing, and I think there was about 8 bottles left on the shelf, little 30ml bottles, and I took the lot. Really nice.
Wow.
Thanks, RS. Get your cursor off Simon's forehead. Okay.
That's okay, RS. I've been thinking it was mine for the past half hour.
Y'all are so bad. Simon, I want to thank you so much for coming on the show, man. I really appreciate it, and I really think that you have a great design for a tool that was much needed for vapors. I mean, and I'm not blowing smoke up your ass. I'm telling the truth. I think it's a really good tool, and I know I'll be using it in the future. Every show I do from now on, when I have to cut coils, is going to be done on the Coily. And you can watch in future shows, you're going to see me using the Coily, because I know for a fact it's going to save me time. And for me, time, especially on shows like this, as you see we're already past time, helps a hell of a lot. If I can save time making coils and getting them the right size and get them in the atomizer done, people can see how they're built, how they need to wick them, and it saves me time. Time is the most important thing when you're doing shows like this, unless I want to stay on for 6 hours. But people are not going to watch for 6 hours. So.
Well, if they have Vic building, then it's 7 hours.
Oh well, yeah, Vic.
Well, if Vic's building and he's getting it out in 7 hours, he's setting records.
That is true. That is true.
Vic is pretty slow, but Vic is asleep right now because Vic.
I really
anyone
appreciate
gets that hurt, I tell him that to his face.
I really appreciate that, Scuba. Thank you very much, and thank you to everybody for inviting me on. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it again.
Well,
really good. Thanks for all you cheer.
I can't thank you enough for coming on the show. Y'all make sure y'all go check out Simon's YouTube. Go to Facebook. Go to Coily Tool. like I said, Simon does random. I don't ever know when he's going to do it, but he'll let you know ahead of a time when he's going to post some coily tools for sale. And all you got to do is X1. If you're one of the first 10 to X1, then you got a slot to be able to get a coily tool.
Simon, you've got pretty much a set day on when you.
Yeah, it's every Monday, 8 p.m. GMT, which I think is it 4 o'clock Eastern time, which I think will change.
There you go.
1 o'clock Pacific.
Yeah, and because our clocks go forward tomorrow night, so that'll space out again another hour. So,
oh my goodness!
But
Mondays.
Yeah, and then I also schedule posts on the group every Monday and if dependent on how busy I am, but 12 hours, 6 hours, 2 hours, 1 hour to go. So that people know when it's coming up. Something that somebody mentioned the other day when I was on a show, they said, "Why don't you do a draw?" Which is something I'm thinking about. So doing just a one-off draw through, maybe in the middle of the week for one, maybe two extra people to be able to buy one as well. So that's something I'm thinking about doing in the coming weeks. So just a random draw out of everybody who's interested in getting one. Maybe out of the other sort of 10 that have commented underneath, a random draw out of those 10 for another couple of people to get one as well. So, and then Nature Vape put them on their website. It's been every Thursday afternoon for the last few weeks.
Thursday, right?
Yeah, and it's been
I was
around.
gonna post their website because I was like, oh, they just put them up yesterday, but I went and looked. They're out of stock. They're gone. If you don't get in on the coily tool ASAP, you're not getting one. I'm just telling you right now. They're gone before you can blink.
Not right now, but that'll be fixed here in the next, month and a half or so.
Oh my God! I'm crossing my fingers for Simon. I hope he gets all this injection molding stuff in because it's gonna go. Hey, guess what? We have a couple of thousand, to sell. And boom, is going to take care of all these people that are biting at the bit to get one, which
it's heartbreaking for me to see people not getting them, and I'm also keen that people don't get frustrated. And as I said, everybody so far has been really patient, and I really appreciate that everybody's sort of had the patience to sit there and keep trying, and I will try and help people if I can.
Albert, they do. Them can go fast. You're right.
Yeah, there's been a few people who have come on to me who sort of suffer with dexterity problems, whether it be carpal tunnel or arthritis and things like that. So I'll try and help people if I possibly can to get them sorted a bit easier.
That's awesome, man.
So,
see, you're an outstanding guy. I like what you're doing for the community, and I really think your coily is a well-needed product that all vapors can use. And I'm hoping that things only get better in the future. And
thank you.
I'm gonna bump off here, guys. I really appreciate everybody coming out, and thanks again to Simon for coming on tonight. And I know he thinks it's oh, it's such an honor. No, it's an honor for you to
absolutely.
It's an honor to have you on the show. It really is.
It's been an honor to be in the presence of you all. Really has. Really enjoyed it.
I think you're a great guy. You're very humble, and a lot of vendors
humble
push
goes
their
a
limits.
long way in this community.
Yeah, humble is really good, and you have it down pat. There's a lot of vendors that really put, oh, my product is the best out there, and it's crap. You're presenting yourself really humble, but your product's way up there. So it all evens out. I mean, I think it's great. And
hey, Simon, I just got to throw out there, you get the metal ones, you have at least one buyer right here.
We will get them sorted out. I think it was Mike that emailed me. I'll drop you an email back. It's time moving now, 2:20 in the morning here, so I'll probably email you back when I get up tomorrow if that's okay.
Send an email. Hell, I'm on there. Hell, send me an email too. I don't mind at all. I will check it out. A metal one would be off the chain. But hey, these are limited edition Coilies, what's up? Yeah.
I need to get myself one. I actually don't have a coily. Every time I make one for me, I have to send it out. I've got 2 reject ones that I use that are it's a bit sort of bendy on one corner.
See, now that shows you how good of a seller he puts all his customers before. He don't even have one for himself. What the hell? It's like, really? You don't even have one for yourself?
I do, but it's a reject, and it's a bit crap. It's a bit bendy and it was one that failed for whatever reason.
Awesome.
So.
That's awesome.
Never put out a flawed product. Never. Don't do it.
No.
All right, guys.
That can bite you.
I'm sorry we didn't do any builds tonight, but honestly, I wanted to give Simon all the time tonight, which we didn't give him as much time as he deserved, I don't think. But we definitely have some more stuff to look at next week. I'm going to be bringing up the Kinsey. Obviously, Speed has a lot of mods that he just got in. We need to go over a little bit better besides just seeing the outside. I want to see what's on the inside.
I will not be here next week, though.
Oh, that's right. Speed won't be here next week because he's going to be in, like, Jamaica or some shit.
Yeah, I've got travel for work, so I won't be here next week.
For work.
Must be nice. I'm just saying,
trust me,
Jamaica.
I wish I could take the time to go play, but I'm not going to have any time.
All right. Anyways, guys, I thank you to all the new people that came in tonight. That Vic recommended. I really appreciate it, and thanks to everybody that subscribed. I will catch you guys all next week, same time, 8 to 10 Eastern Standard Time every Friday. And until the next time, we will catch you guys later. Peace out.
Have a great weekend, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you. Bye bye.